refresh that real quick. Where we last left off, I was pointing out, could you see any creatures yet?
Not that I could see on the map there. My screen has gone like grayed out, and all I can see is Ezra. I don't know if it's like that for anyone else.
Over here.
No.
I
No.
hadn't started moving forward yet because you dropped out as I was just about to.
Cool. That is fine. Oh, fuck.
The -2 stealth roll.
So we got...
So I'm just... Sorry.
My wife's out here throwing stuff at me. Is it still grayed out for you? I'm worried that, do you want to just turn off dynamic for now?
Yeah, it's still like that for me. All I can see is Ezra and like a big gray circle. Like I can still see the topography in the circle emitting from O'Drawl, I think. But all I can see is my character and nobody else.
I think this might require more experimentation, so I'm gonna turn it off for now.
Okay.
Oh, don't look. It's everything's revealed.
Let me know what you want, and I'll work. Hit me up. I'll hop on and see.
Yeah, maybe we could sort it out this weekend or something, or maybe tomorrow or Friday.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna reveal some stuff because you have 60-foot dark vision. So let's get a measurement there. Alright, and then let's reveal about 60 in all directions. You did hear, as you failed that stealth check, you heard in Giant, you hear those of you speak Giant is what was that? Something's out there.
I look over my shoulder and go, I don't say it, but I sort of do a, oops.
Do the...
yeah, the winch. Yeah, that's about right.
Alright. Cool. So, advancing slowly through the snow flurries. And, I don't believe you guys heard the description last time before we cut out. Constant flurries of windborne snow and frost lash at a gaping hole in the side of Hook Mountain. Smoke seems to drift forth from the cave entrance, only to be instantly dispersed by the wind. Advancing into your line of sight, you see two more of the Ogre Krieg fighters. Do you see that? They're saying, Missing Giant. There's a little man out there.
I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Alright, we are going to roll for initiative. They also only have 60-foot dark vision, so they have not spotted anyone behind O'Drawl right now. So, hold on. Let me, delete previous tokens. Alright, go ahead. I got the 21 in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're cooking, except for O'Drawl.
Oh,
Nope.
I'm not. It's not funny, but it is.
I hear you. I hear you.
Dang it, Ezra with the 28 coming in hot.
Ezra, you hear this up ahead. With your low light vision, it's you can see a little bit through the snow flurries, but not quite enough. But you do hear these booming giant voices coming up ahead. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move up, and next to a drawl, and have my bow out and ready in action.
All right. Let us us get into the fight music. Got some new tracks for today. Alright, so you move up. That is going to bring us... next in order to Cantham.
Cantham's gonna pull out his Wand of Haste and cast it centered on himself so he can encapsulate everyone in the area. And he's not gonna start his Bard performance because
you feel the muscles
keep it a little hush.
Speed up. The snow flurries seem to almost slow in their drifting patterns. You all are hasted. Turgon, you're back there. I believe your familiar is up ahead by Odral.
I'm gonna have Ember fly back to me, and then I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay, until you have the token you've decided on, I'm just gonna put this little guy right here.
Perfect.
And I'll make it so you can control him. Alright, you should have control of him now.
I thought that was a face hugger from Alien for a second.
No, it's like a top-down little dragon, baby.
Back a little bit, cast Mage Armor, and then that'll be my turn.
Alright. You cast your Mage Armor spell as the magical armor forms around you, briefly glowing blue with your arcane energies, then kind of fades to invisible until it is hit. That is going to bring us to the Creeds. There. You shouldn't have come to the clan hold. They are both going to charge. One is going to charge Ezra. The other is going to charge Odral. Let me zoom in our fight cam on the stream. Apologies, I was a little zoomed out right there. And they are both going to try and hit with a Ogre Hook. The one on the left is going to hit Odral. And this is just going to be the first attacks for those watching the stream. Okay, Odral does a 27 hit.
Oh, yep.
Okay, you're going to take...
Well, as long as I did get my Shield of Faith up before this started.
You did get the Shield of Faith up. I'm going to say you did before that.
Well, then my AC is too higher, so nope.
Alright. Boom! It impacts on this Shield of Faith. A brief kind of glowing, flaming sphere emanates around you as the blade bounces off. Ezra, does a 29 confirm a crit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're going to take 72 damage from the one on the right.
Ooh.
As there is this devastating impact on your body. As the snow flurries around you, and blood sprays all over the snow. It is Hazel's turn.
Hazel's gonna move up in front of Cantham and protect Cantham. Probably from one hit.
Alright, that brings us to Agnar Giantsbane, who hears the roaring guttural tongue of the giants coming from up ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit this guy that just hit Ezra first. So it's 25 of my 40 movement there. Let's see.
Go find Mom, bud. Okay, he was not thrilled with that. Hold on, give me 1 sec to help my dog. Come on, bud. You're stepping on the core rule book. No. No.
Make sure all of you have the haste button pushed down.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, that combination of haste and the shield is the only reason why I didn't get hit by that.
Of course, the ever-curious Loki Thunderpaws. Alright, Agnar.
He moved up and hit.
Ooh, okay, alright, so you're going for that reach attack with Glaive. That 28 is going to make Gorham proud. May not be a lot of min damage, but 24 on a minimum damage is still devastating. Alright. This thing is going to take some damage here. Ooh, I just realized, because even though it's player view... I wonder if I can change it a little bit. I'm going to rejoin as a player really quick. Alright, so next up is going to be Odral.
Yeah. I think I'm going to.
Okay, there we go. Now we're in player view, so anyone watching can't be spoiled by the health bars of the enemy.
Okay. Let's see. If I try to cast defensively, that's caster level check, right?
It's a concentration check, so caster level plus your casting modifier.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'm gonna try that.
All right, go ahead. It is going to be 17 plus twice the spell level. What level spell are you casting?
I was casting a moderate, which is a level 2.
17 plus 4 is 21, so that does succeed. You got Cure Moderate off.
Thank
I did that on Ezra.
Thank you.
Flare of holy light as the Saren Ray pendant glows warm in your palm. Ezra is going to heal for 31. Truly an impressive heal. And that is going to bring us back to Ezra, who is now in the thick of combat with 2 Krieg ogres looming over him.
It's a move action, right, to put a weapon away and pull another one out?
If so, you can do that as part of a move action. Yes, you could also just. I believe. Do you have quick draw?
I do not.
Okay, so normally it'd be a move action to put away your weapon, and then a standard to pull out the next one. But you could also just drop the previous weapon as a free action, and then pull out one as a move action. So, like, if
Yeah,
you have the
I think-
crossbow, you could just like toss it on the ground behind you and draw the swords, and then still
Okay,
get the
that's
attack
what-
off.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw the bow down, and
The bow with a soft like crunch lands in like the soft powder snow out here. You draw, shing shing. Blades come out.
and scimitar time. Hopefully something hits.
All right. Well, you wouldn't be able to full attack if you did that, but the first one.
Okay, yeah.
15. I believe is close, but I don't think it's going to be it. That is not going to be a hit, as it just deflects off. He's wearing some of that magical hide armor on the ones he fought at full range, so it does not puncture. Cantham, I see you are eager to go. It is your turn.
Oh, no, sorry. I meant to whisper that. I was testing something.
No, you're fine, dude. I'm just using
So I
it.
was trying to make sure. You guys are going to have to add this in there, but we no longer have heroism. We've got the new upgraded version, and I'm going to cast that. Good hope.
The spell instills powerful
Which
hope in the
gives-
subjects. Each infected creature gains +2 morale bonus on saving throws, attack rolls, ability checks, skill checks, and damage rolls.
Yep.
Oh, all of you guys
And
feel
it
this
counters Crushing Dispel.
crushing despair. Yeah.
Crushing Despair, yeah, which Ezra has been affected by twice so far.
You guys feel the healing, not healing, but the swell of hope from your bard echo through your hearts as he channels his desire for freedom into all of you. You have the hope that you can make it through this mountain unscathed. That is going to bring us to Turgon with his familiar at the back.
That right there should be what you put into your buffs if you want to create a
Yeah,
buff
if you want to
option.
create
I
a
believe
good
that's what
hope
it is.
buff. I'm reading it now. That should be it, yeah.
I'm gonna dimensional slide to dimensional slide to there, and then I'm gonna do a dragon's breath, and I'm gonna make it a 60-foot line of fire.
Hell yeah, dude. Alright. Let me see if I can get our fire effect up right here. It's going to be a breath attack, fire. You guys see this blast of flame shoot out, engulfing the ogres as a truly roaring wall of fire breaks through the ice and melts away a large patch of snow. Getting 25 damage to each of them unless they can make a reflex save. Let's roll our dice.
That was a terrible damage roll.
But they both fail, so they both take 25. That is still a... whoops, I'm just blasting fire everywhere on your guys' screen. My bad. Both of them take 25, so that is still 50 damage across both targets here. As this, like, briefly lights up the fight. A lot of you guys are fighting in semi-darkness right now, and this is just this brief flash of light illuminates the side of Hook Mountain as the ogres' real backs badly burned. It is going to be their turns. Seeing the caster, one is going to try and charge Turgon. That is going to be a op attack from Odral and Ezra.
Would it be Agnar too, since he has reach?
Oh, and Agnar behind them with reach. So that's 3 op attacks. This Krieg desperately realizes the threat of a powerful caster next to them and goes for it. So let's go Agnar's first.
Okay, and then I have
Christmas.
+2 on attacks, and then the +4 because of the crit confirm.
Alright, so with that crit dealing 88 damage, you, as the Krieg Ogre runs by, you slice it open from sternum to belly, and it collapses, its organs steaming in the snow, fully dead. It comes, like, skidding to a stop in front of Turgon, who's, like, readying his next spell, magic flaring around him with his familiar, lets out a cry of defiance as the ogre drops. The other one is going to desperately 5-foot step forward and try and smash Agnar, who is clearly wielding an incredibly deadly attack power. He's going to try to hit you twice with his ogre hook. What is Agnar's current AC?
It's 21.
21. All right, first ogre hook is going to connect. Second one is not. That is going to be, let's get our dice out here. That's going to be 19 damage as the ogre hook slams into you.
Okay.
All right, that is going to be their full turns. Brings us to Hazel. Is Hazel still defending? Defending you? Defending Cantham, I mean.
Yep.
All right, you keep up that defense. Then let us move on to Agnar. Somehow just got a kill not on his turn, and is going to follow it up with more attacks this turn.
Okay. And then we're still hasted, correct?
You are still hasted.
So this will be that extra attack right here.
All right, so first 2 attacks both hit with a total of 60 damage, followed up by a third hit, bringing it up to 88 damage. Coincidentally, I believe the exact same number that killed the previous Krieg Ogre, as you drive your glaive right up under this thing's chin in a devastating blow. And that Krieg Ogre is down as well. Their bodies collapse in the snow as you guys resume your approach on the Hook Mountain clan hold.
Cantham reminds everyone that that good hope and haste only lasts for probably like 9.5 more minutes, so...
Well, I'm going to keep moving forward slowly as long as everyone's okay with that. Well, I'm going to touch Ezra first, quick, with a... how far are you down there?
Oh my god, I keep messing up the play command on my own music. There we go.
63 out of 104.
There, I hit you with a Cure Light.
Alright, again, the holy light of Sarenrae washes over you all, healing at least part of your wounds. Odral, I don't believe you moved from that last encounter, so I haven't revealed anything more yet, but as you move up, I can reveal the cave entrance.
I'm going to try to move quietly again. So I'm gonna move at half speed just to so I
The
don't
good
run into
news is you think at least with the howling storm outside, it does not appear that anyone heard you. No one's like coming running out of the cave right now.
Well, that's good.
All right, let's reveal a little bit more here. Get a bit more generous with this reveal. And I'm gonna actually reveal this beginning, the whole entrance area, because you can sneak up on that with relatively no issue. All right. So you now see before you the bones of the behemoth. At the mouth of darkness, jagged spurs of bone protrude from the stone on either side of the cave entrance, each towering 20 feet in height. Apparently the ribs of some long-dead, monstrous behemoth. If anyone has it, they can make a knowledge arcana check on the bones.
I don't need a bottom.
You feel Ember shift back on your shoulder uneasily as you realize that these are the bones of a blue dragon. Presumably one that was relatively old. As the older they get, the larger they get. You think this was probably at least a old or perhaps an ancient dragon that was slain here. Give me perception checks as you all get closer and see the bones. Ezra and Turgon, as you examine the bones, what you originally take for, and Odral, you spot this as well, what originally you guys take as wear and tear from these bones being almost completely out in the elements, they're in like the very entrance to the cave, is not actually wear and tear, but these crude scrimshaw carvings, some of which are old, picturing, stick figure ogres slaying humans. You realize there are some fresh carvings incorporated on a lot of these rib bones. Those, the same one as the necklace I am wearing now in real life, the 7-pointed star of the Sihedron. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, Ezra points out the Sihedron to the rest of the party and says, I think we're right on track.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to advance?
Yeah, I'm starting to move forward again.
All right. There is not light yet, but you can see after this room that I have just revealed, off in the distance this way, there are lights that are glowing. As if torches were there, off in this direction. All right. As you get closer into this room, into the entranceway to the Hook Mountain Clanhold, you see an enormous statue here in frozen vigil. A 40-foot tall giant with black skin covered by fissures and cracks, like the bed of a dried river. He wears majestic armor, gilded and encrusted with gems, and grips a towering glaive in his armored fists. The giant's face is hidden by a ferocious full helm forged into the sneering grimace of a fanged devil. Around the giant's neck hangs a single medallion, that of a 7-pointed star. Give me a heal check as you walk into the room of the statue. Odral and Cantham, something is uncomfortable about this statue. Ezra. With your knowledge of the natural world, you examine the statue a bit farther. You realize something disturbing. This is no statue, but the cold, preserved remains of what once must have been a truly terrifyingly large giant.
I like lean in close to everyone and quietly say, "Take a close look. That's no statue."
Shift uncomfortably.
So is it dead?
It appears long dead. It is like it's if you've ever seen them find like ancient Neanderthals in the ice in real life, it's kind of like that, but it's 40 feet tall.
Damn.
Just been preserved by the cold atmosphere that's like year-round chilly near the top of Hook Mountain.
So those giants get bigger than I thought. Actually, real quick, seeing that Ezra's still a little light, I'm gonna use the Wand of Cure Moderate Wound on him.
Okay.
There you go.
There are a brief pulse of less spiritual but more pragmatic, just kind of typical healing of the arcane nature as the wands heal you up.
For 19, so that should put you at max.
Yes. Yes. As you guys begin to walk through this cave, you can see, even by the grid, you can see how the squares are divided into 4. This cave is built for giants. It is large.
With my background in, Agnar having the background with giants, would he know who the statue is offhand?
Do you have knowledge history?
I do not know.
All right. I would say just give me a.
Well, he can, because he has the Giant Slayer trait. He can make like a history check with a +2 on it
I'm gonna
without
say
it
just
being trained.
make a +2, and if you have any int modifier, you can add that too. So d20 +2 plus any positive int modifiers you might have.
So roll roll intelligence plus the 2.
Yeah, correct.
Plus
So 19.
an extra 2. Yeah, you have the extra 2 from the Good Hope too.
Yes,
So
from
go
Good
ahead,
Hope. So
2
that's
ability
21.
checks. So it's 16.
Gotcha.
You've heard rumors about a giant who, a long time ago, was some sort of warlord. The stories are vague, as they are very, very old. But you've heard of a warlord giant who wore a helmet in the guise of a fanged devil by the name of Gargadros. You think that he was no mere stone giant. He was a strange breed that is hardly seen in the modern world, known as a rune giant, capable of wielding various magics, as well as growing to a size truly terrifying compared to the rest of their breed.
Cool. I'll let the rest of the team know what's going on.
Fuck yeah. All right.
And then I want to take a look at that glaive and see if there's a way I can peel it out of his hands.
Give me a strength check.
The one thing I'm supposed to be good at.
As you
It's a
start to
15.
pull on it, you realize this glaive must not have been enchanted as you start to pull away chunks of like the wooden haft. You think it's pretty much only still standing because it's been preserved by the cold. It wouldn't really function.
Oh, damn.
Okay, then I'll, if it's coming apart, I'll just take the head and put it in the head of the glaive and stick it in my backpack.
All right. You take the massive head of this blade, put it in your backpack. What is your plan now? So you see the hallway continues up ahead, curving to the west, to the left. Are you guys advancing as a party? Do you want someone to try to scout ahead? There are now torches, so there is dim light enough to see by.
If you guys are okay with that, can Tarragon, would you be willing to cast invisibility on me?
Ooh. Tarragon, your thoughts? Hello.
I'm checking.
Oh, okay.
Checking.
Cool. You're good.
He's just quiet.
Well,
I don't
while-
have invisibility prepared. I could change out a spell, but I do have invisibility sphere prepared.
Do you want to cast that on me, and I'm gonna go? I mean, that works the same as invisibility for me. If I can take Ezra with me, at least he is a good stealth
Hell yeah.
and sneak up. But I have something in mind.
All right.
Yeah, I can cast it on you. It's 1 minute per level, so it'll last 10 minutes.
Perfect.
All right. So you are going to cast this invisibility sphere centered on our scout. As you mutter a quick arcane chant whispered into the dark. Ezra, give me a stealth check with a +20 as you are moving while invisible.
Okay. So +20.
It's 42. Very good, very good. Okay. So I'm going to reveal a few different areas for you here. So if you want to move your character up down the path, first on your right, as you move down the tunnel, you see a pit, a deep pit, hewn from hard stone, descends into soot and darkness. The stale reek of decay wafts up from the depths below. Oh, also, Cantham, give me a stealth check as well as you're going with him.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Alright. With the dim light of the torches, as you guys kind of advance hugging the walls, trying to stay out of sight, you see into what is kind of like a naturally formed choke point in the cavern. Inside, you see two more ogres, as well as a other large creature. This appears to be some other breed of giant. You can make a knowledge and nature check to try to identify it. Alright, the pair of you would realize that this is a hill giant, although it looks a bit bigger and beefier than most hill giants have any right to be.
Ezra looks at Cantham.
They're kind of looking around, scratching their backs with their weapons. And in ogre, the giant tongue, sorry, they begin discussing. The storm's really raging out there. It is. Lunderbud, stay awake. You know what Breakbones will do to you if he catches you slacking off again. I know. This one is the one they're talking to as Lunderbud. Or Lunderbud is the hill giant.
What's his name?
Lunderbud.
Lunderbud. Okay.
Lunderbud! I put it in the chat. Alright. So you guys kind of see them chilling here. Do you want to try to... I'm going to say it'll be another stealth check if you want to try to move past them and investigate down one of the tunnels. You see there's a tunnel branching off to the west, to the south, and to the east. Alright, so we get a 57, Ezra. Cantham, are you following him as well?
Yeah, Cantham is actually the one that has the invisibility.
Oh,
on
sorry.
him,
For some reason I thought it was
think.
centered on Ezra. Alright, so I'm gonna move you guys down kind of into their midst as you creep across the floor. The pair of you being able to see each other, but looking around at these towering figures. You know, the ogres are about 10, 11 feet tall. Lunderbud is closer to 14, 15. And now that you guys are here, you are able to see a bit farther down various hallways. First, we'll start with the one to the west. you can see that it splits off into... You guys have kind of walked down a slight set of wooden stairs from where you just came. There are more... Or sorry, stone stairs. There are more stone stairs heading down over here, as well as a tunnel curving up to the right over here. Down behind Lunderbud, you see that there is another set of stone stairs curving down, but it is going around a wall. You can't quite see where it's going, although you can see kind of faintly greenish smoke drifting out from that direction. Perhaps the most disturbing is you see into the cave to the east. This cave is filled with cook fires and lots of various furs laid out as beds. Inside, let's see from that angle exactly what you'll be able to kind of see. You see that the chamber is a rallying point of ogres.
Okay.
How
much time do we have left on this spell?
Oh, a while. It lasts like 10 minutes.
We got a while.
Okay.
You've not been detected as of yet, so you could try to kind of go to the east where that splits both up and down, or continue south, kind of skirting around Lunderbud into the cave that has that greenish smoke coming out of it.
I'm honestly okay. I would like, now that we kind of see what's going on here, where everything's at, I think it'd be best if we return and discuss with everyone what my plans are.
Okay.
Sure.
So I kind of signal at Ezra to, like, let's head back real quick.
All right, I'm going to say you guys can keep off that same stealth check as before. I'm just going to drag you back to the party. Whoops, overlapped you guys by accident. All right, you return to the party. What is your plan? What do you want to discuss with them?
All right, so first off, we come up ahead, we have a choke point. Kind of intersects between 3 different ways. There is a hill giant there. And I kind of look at Agnar and kind of give him a little wink, like, you're going to have some fun with that guy. He's a big boy. And roughly, if I remember correctly, like, total of like 13 of them, I believe, other giants. So we need to use that choke point to our advantage. But I need you guys to let me make the first move. And once you guys kind of hear me give a command to my new friend that hopefully I'll make, it's a free-for-all, but try and leave the hill giant out of it for right now if possible.
Okay, so you're gonna bring him over here, or we gotta move further in?
We're gonna move further in under the... Oh, actually, how do we want to do this? That's a good point.
Did you see anything in this, in the hole?
He did not. It went down pretty deep. It kind of just smelled like burning and soot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a pit. So essentially, I have this new spell. Think of it like Charm Person, but on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get the hill giant fighting for us. He's bigger than the rest, so he could help us out. So essentially, I need to make that my first move, because if we're attacking him, it's harder to seduce him to our side.
Hey now. All right.
So I'm trying to stack everything in our favor. Let me do this actually. It actually doesn't have a... Actually, never mind. It doesn't get a bonus. So, essentially, let's go in there. We get a little closer if you guys... Do you guys want to do it here? Lure them over here and just kind of use this as our choke point?
Well, let's do... Well, we can do right here. Make that our choke point. Because Turgon can go back here, kind of tuck himself away, and he'll have full line of sight the whole way down.
So like he'll be behind the pit, essentially over here.
Yeah, or kind of off to the side. If you're cool with that, Turgon.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And Ezra can acrobatics over them and start slicing hamstrings.
This room over here is for sure clear, though. Are we right?
Yeah, we didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything in it. No, I mean, you. It was a deep pit. Something would have to climb up for like 200 feet to get out of there. You didn't see anything down there.
Real quick before we get started, Ezra tells Hazel to hide.
All right, Hazel goes and hides in the rib room, maybe behind the frozen giant or something. All right, so why don't you guys move to where you want to be invisibly in this choke point before you activate trying to call these giants over. All right, so we got Cantham and Ezra over here in the middle. Right over here. Alright, we got to draw. That's all our people. Okay. So what is the opening move here?
Odral, you don't want to... I think you should absolutely be in the front, man.
Okay. I didn't want my stealth to foobar everything.
Oh, we're not stealthing anymore at this point.
Well, you're
Fair enough.
invisible still. You get the plus 20 at least.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So not as terrible as normal for a heavily armored dwarf cleric.
Well, it means that
Absolutely,
my
and
minimum was 15 then.
Ooh.
Yahtzee. But, Agnar, you want to get up front, and Ezra, wherever you
Yeah.
wanted to, you play around with what you want.
You were talking about your spell. Is that gonna... Am I gonna affect it if I fireball? If I hit that guy? Should I stay away from hitting him? The hill giant?
For now, yeah, if you can avoid not hitting him, like deselect him, by all means. If it works. If it doesn't work, go ham.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Perfect.
Alright.
Real quick, Ezra,
Yeah.
if you want to at some point do your ninja moves to get around and get flanking, I can slide over and I'll have, with my reach, I can cover down and block this whole section essentially.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Alright. I'm going to keep my invisibility on. I'm going to go cast my spell, and then I'm going to come running back really quick. Alright, game on.
Alright. What spell are you casting on the unsuspecting Lunderbud? Oh, it's Dominate Person. I love... It's like the...
Plus,
Oh, Dominate Person's hefty.
and the DC got jacked up because of my 2 traits that I had. The,
Fuck.
what was it called?
There's no way he passes.
But my charisma score and everything like that is just through the roof with that.
Alright. This is going to be interesting. Alright. There is a brief flare of magic. No one but you and the giant see as arcane runes spiral around his head and his eyes go unfocused. Lunderbud, you know, is dominated.
Perfect.
That means you now have the telepathic link, so you can ask him to do anything. Pretty much.
Oh, we do have a telepathic link.
Mm-hmm. And he is dominated
Awesome.
for 1 day per level.
Yeah.
1 day?
Yes.
Yeah. I can
This
basically
is
cast
like
that
the
spell
shit that like
once a day
vampires
and keep
do
it
to like
going.
take over people.
Like my
it
whole
is a
build has
very
been built
powerful
towards
spell.
using this, and then eventually dominating. But regardless, I'm excited. I gotta play it.
Yeah,
But
this reminds me of like the fallacy of like Jedi and Sith, where it's just like the Sith use lightning because they're evil, but we're good because we use mind control.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair point.
Okay, so
All right. So basically, at this point, I tell him, I just whisper to him, "Stay there," and then Agnar, you speak giant. Why don't you entice the rest to come play? It's going to be man after man after man.
So I just yell out, and I just start hurling insults, like really hurtful ones that attack on a personal level to them. In
Okay.
giant.
Everyone
And,
should have haste, resistance, and good hope checked.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take a knee, and I'm going to say, hey, this fight's for Gorham. And I'm basically pointing out, these, you're all going to die by my hand and in the glory of Gorham.
Oh, you take a knee, stand up, spinning your glaive around. As you are revealed, we are going to roll into initiative. This is going to be a hefty battle. Let us begin.
Turgon, you're going to have to come around the corner to get an angle.
Basically, I'm going to have them roll into initiative per category of monster that they are.
Perfect.
Alright, we got our bog standard ogres, we got our ogre fighters, and we got Lunderbud. Alright, everybody in?
Yep.
Alright, that's gonna start us off with Anthem.
I am going to start off with my bardic performance.
Okay.
And so everyone make sure you check that box for inspire competence. Or encourage, sorry. And I am going to cast mirror image on myself.
Oh yeah, there's a flash as kind of these mirror shards spiral around you, and duplicates begin stepping out of the mirrors as there are now, I believe, okay, so you got 3 mirror images all around you, kind of occupying the same space. Alright.
Oh man, you guys are buffed up.
You guys are buffed up.
I'm excited to see what you guys are going to do.
It is time for the ogres, the regular ogres, as one of the lead Krieg ogres over here is like, the lot of you get in here now! They are all going to double move. This is going to take me a hot second. Oh my god, there's so many ogres. Hold on. I'm counting. They basically begin to clog up the tunnel. Alright.
Oh my gosh, that's so many of them.
Alright, as you guys just hear like, boom, 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 like thundering of like all these, dozen giant type creatures thundering through the halls of Krieg Clanhold. Now it is the Fighter Kriegs. Why are you still out there, Fighter Krieg? Oh, that's not what I want. Sorry. Take him out of the order. It's actually Ezra's turn.
Okay.
I realized I left the last Fighter Krieg in from last time.
How do you measure the distance again with your mouse?
That's you click the ruler icon. Then you just click and hold and just like drag. And if you want it to go around like corners and stuff, tap Q, and that'll like set a point, and then you can bend it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
And if you want to remember where it is, just click Shift, and it'll leave it up while you move.
All right, Ezra is going to... Let me go back to the regular mouse here. Okay, Ezra is going to move to here, parkouring off the wall between the giants.
All right, you're gonna try to do
he-
this sweet
there we go.
wall run as you parkour past Krieg Ogre number 1 over here. Give me an acrobatics check as we verse his CMD. You try to roll past him. Not so fast, little man. And he tries to, like, to his left, just slam the ogre hook out onto you. It's gonna be an attack roll. It crack shatters the stone inside the mountain wall just above your head as you land behind him.
Oh.
All right. Do you want to be one closer than that, or are you trying to like be within striking distance?
If I could be one further, that would be
Okay, never
even
mind.
better.
All right. What's his next? Is there anything else you want to do that turn?
Nope.
All right. In that case, let's move on to Hazel. Hazel's just hiding right now, right?
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, you can take her out of the turn order.
Yeah, I'll just take her out if she's just gonna hide. Turgon, it is you and Ember.
I'm gonna hold my turn.
All right. Just let me know when you want to jump into the order here. We're gonna move on to the Krieg Ogres. Are you guys out of invisibility up there between Agnar and Odral?
Yeah, Cantham had the invisibility, so they should be. Right? Everyone should be out except Cantham.
Okay. Except for Canth, everyone's out. This ogre is going to take the run action to get into the center from the cookfire area. This one is going to turn around and full attack Ezra. This one is not going to be able to charge. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Okay, he's going to double move to get to here, which he'll be in reach of you guys. So the only one that's actually going to get an attack off is the one next to Ezra. Yep, this is against your regular AC Ezra. Attack number 1 is going to hit. Screw my D8 on the floor. Give me one sec. There we go. Alright. You're going to take 19 damage as the ogre hook comes down and slams into your shoulder. You hear a brief, like, as it begins to crunch through, but you shrug it off, ready to fight. That is going to be Odral.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
this guy's in reach. He moved into my reach? Do I get an attack of opportunity? on him?
He has to move through your threatened area, so he moved up
Gotcha.
to it, but didn't move through it.
Okay.
Most creatures would have just run right up to you, but he has 10 foot reach as well, so he was like, fuck it. I can run this far, I'll just stay here. So it is still Odral. But Odral, you could just 5-foot step close to him. You don't have to risk a op attack.
Yep, that's what I was going to do. I was going to 5-foot step up, and then I have a couple attacks I could make.
Alright. You guys aren't hasted right now, I don't believe. Or did you get haste off? Canther, did you get haste off this time? I don't think so. But I could be wrong.
No, haste should still be going because it was going for 10 minutes, so I don't know if it's been 10
Haste
minutes.
is a round per level.
Right. Oh, haste was round per level? Then no, haste is not on it yet then.
Okay.
Okay, one sec, I need to turn it off.
That'll
I
be
will.
on in a second,
Yeah,
boys, don't
yeah.
worry.
It would not be. You guys have taken a good time to explore. It would have definitely been because 10 rounds is only 60 seconds.
That was my fault. I thought haste was per minute, not round. I thought it was like Good Hope.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. If haste was per minute, that would be an insane spell. There is meta magic that you could get it up to that though. But that's
I
a
step
whole nother.
forward and I hit that guy.
Oh, first one, crit right off the bat. That 18 damage followed up by another hit with the 12, giving an even 30 on the lead Krieg Ogre as you open up 2 large welts on his thighs. I'll crush you, little dwarf! That is going to bring us to Lunderbud, who is dominated and ready to be controlled by our lovely teammates. What's he gonna do?
He is going to. I'm going to have him. I'm going to say, block the elf.
Block the what?
And just have the elf. I'm going to have him just not attack, just stand in front, in between him, be an obstruction between him and the other giants.
All right. Do you let him push you back, Ezra? Because he could just do a free reposition check and just push you back a little bit.
Sorry, I haven't been paying attention. I've been trying to get my roll 20 to start working again.
No, you're fine. Would you let him move you 5 feet as a unopposed combat maneuver for repositioning?
Sure.
Okay. He gently picks you up, puts him behind him, and stands in front of the ogre. He has a great club. It's literally like a bunch of tree trunks that he has tied together with leather. That's what his weapon is. And he readies the club in front of this Krieg ogre, the fighter ogre, and the ogre's like, "What are you doing, Lunderbud? Is this some trick? Don't. I'm supposed to stand here in between you." That is going to be his full turn. Agnar Giantsbane, we are back over to you. I'm zoomed out on the stream camera right now because there are so many enemies. Alright, you're going to go off with 2 shing shing quick strikes with that weapon. And they are both going to find purchase in the ogre for 2 sets of 31 for 62 damage. The lead Creed ogre is looking very fucked up, as if one attack could finish him as he sways on his feet. And he's like, "The rest of you get up here now!" It's going to bring us back to the top of the order with Cantham. Alright. Haste goes off. Everyone around, you are again... Everything seems to slow down as your relative time quickens in this space. That is going to bring us... You want to move it all, Cantham? Ethan, or do you want to move it all, or just stay where you're at?
Oh shit, sorry I was on mute. No,
you're fine.
Basically just hold my wands in hand and stay where I'm at.
You got a wand in each hand, ready to combat this wave of giants. That is going to bring us to the ogres. Alright, so the lead one can only get there. Which means they are going to maintain their relative positions behind him.
After they move, I'd like to come off hold.
Oh man, I'm so screwed.
A few of them are going to start moving over here as they see the elf. Whoops, I'm overlapping them. There's so many fucking tokens. Holy hell. This is epic.
You have a guardian though. You put Hazel on me and Red on me so many times. I got you Lunderbud.
Thank you.
The ogres begin to fill the area. Oh no, they're going to get devastated by magic. But boy, are they dumb. I don't think a single one of them had enough movement to get to anyone to attack. Oh man, I'm just rip these ogres. Ezra.
All right.
If I can, I'd like to go now.
Oh yes, you delayed. Go ahead.
I would like to drop a fireball.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna have you go. I'm gonna change your number to 17 so you can go right before Ezra. Oh, sweet Christmas, a fireball.
And I'm going to do it with the Book of Harms. So, DC 21 or 60 damage to all of them.
Make sure you step out to do that. Because you have to get a little closer to the pit because you're behind a wall.
Yeah, you do have to take a 5-foot step out because you're firing. It's like a red bead that has to impact somewhere. but you can tell it to explode right here, I guess. Oh my god. So 20-foot radius. Where would you like to center it? From this point, you would get all of them except this guy down here and the 3 up here, I believe.
Yeah, I think I want to center it, like right here. So
Okay.
I don't want to hit
Wonderbud.
the big guy. I just want to hit all these down here in this area, which I think does exclude the 3 in the...
Okay, so yeah,
4
it'll
in the tunnel.
exclude the 3 regular ogres who are up here in the hallway. So these
And Lunderbud.
these
Yeah.
guys are excluded. Wonderbud is excluded. Everyone fucking else is not excluded. Okay, so this is a Book of Harms. It's going to enhance the fireball.
DC 21. Reflex save.
All right, I'm gonna roll. I'm just gonna roll this openly in chat right now. For the regular ogres first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna roll 7 d20s. The only ones that'll pass are on a nat 20. One of them passes. What's the total damage?
60, 30 for half.
One of them is at exactly 0, having gotten the nat 20. That is this guy over here. I'm going to put a half heart token on him. This is the disabled condition. He is exactly at 0. All of the other regular ogres that are in that blast are, I'm not even going to X them out, are just instantly vaporized.
Damn!
As there is just this roaring ball of intensified heat rips through the cave. They don't technically give off any shockwave force, but even so, the raw heat seems to shake the cavern. Now I'm going to make 2 more saves. These I'll just do with my dice on my table. The Krieg fighter, who is exactly in the middle, is going to make the save, so he's going to take 30. The one that is in front of Lunderbud is going to take the full 60. So if you add all that up, that is essentially 300 damage that was just distributed across this area.
I like it. It's nice.
Insane.
That's nice. What's insane is how widely it's dispersed. That's
Nope.
the insane part.
Those ogres were just fodder to that spell. Utterly wild. Ember, like, coos with excitement on your shoulder, seeing this, like, raw blast of heat.
Evil little pseudo dragon.
That's gonna be the remaining regular ogres who are still alive to function. Okay. 5-foot step up.
Did they already go?
Oh, they did go. I reset the order, so they actually have already gone. So I'm going to back them up. Take those 5-foot steps away. That is actually, now that Turgon has changed his order, that is going to bring us actually back down to truly Ezra this time. Ezra. Being right
Is-
on the border of that insane amount of magic. What are you doing?
Is Lumberbud like a friendly space at this point for me?
Yes, I would say moving through him would not be an attack of opportunity, as he is currently dominated. Well, I'm going to zoom in the battle map a little bit, because I don't need to be as punched out as I was with all those steps.
Alright. Well, Ezra's gonna move to here
Okay.
and fire his arrow at this giant here.
Alright, you fire at the central Krieg fighter. Second arrow is going to miss. On that one, he manages to bring up his ogre hook and just smash that bolt out of the air, but only after receiving one to his chest, like right in the pec, for 12 damage. Alright. Oh, bless me. Sorry, lost my train of thought. That is going to bring us to the regular Krieg ogres. This one is still barely alive. He's going to go in for... Man, Agnar really fucked him up, but this magic priest is in front of him too. I'm going to say he's going to go one attack on each of you. Attack number 1 is going to be on Odral. Attack number 2 is going to be on Agnar. Odral, what is your current AC against this ogre?
1 sec.
Is that with any? Are there any other bonuses on top of that? So plus 4 for giant is 32.
Oh.
He is going to miss against Odral. As just you, small but practiced against fighting such giant foes, easily deflect his ogre hook off your shield. Agnar, what is your current AC?
It's 21, and then if the Good Hope gives her anything, I've got that on too.
It does. Do you have haste on? Because that gives it an extra 1.
Haste, yeah, haste is clicked right now.
Okay, it is barely going to hit then, even with haste. That's going to be 15 damage, minimum damage on the ogre hook. That brings us back to Odral, cleric, and priest to Sarenrae. Dawnflower in the making. What you doing?
I think I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy. There's the haste.
All right. Yep. You get your extra attack because of haste. All right. Hit, miss, crit, dealing 12 and then 22 damage. As you just cut him across the ankles, he collapses to one knee, and the crit cuts deep into the ogre's throat, causing him to bleed out on the floor. Another ogre is gone. This one is.
And then I'll 5-foot step there.
All right, you 5-foot step, line yourself up, ready to take out and kind of block as you stand as this stalwart protector in the middle of the hallway. Brings us to Lunderbud, who is currently in front of one of the other Krieg fighters. Cantham, what are you willing him to do?
I just whisper the word attack. So he just attacks the...
His eyes glaze over. In 2 hands, he hefts that club that is just a bunch of, like, tree saplings bound together. Oh, baby. He's going to get 2 attacks with the Great Club. This is going to be power attacks. Alright, just the first one's going to hit because he's power attacking. He is going to deal 28 damage as he just uppercuts with these logs across the Krieg fighter. Ugh! What are you doing? He looks exceptionally close to death. Agnar, back to you at the top.
So I'm going to 5-foot step here, and then I'm going to do the hasted attack.
All right. Just viciously. The first attack by itself would have dropped him. The second attack is just gravy as you tear open in an X wound a slice in this ogre's chest. He is done for. Cantham, back to the top of the order with you, watching wands drawn at the back of this choke point as ogre after giant collapses on the floor.
He does take a step forward to kind of take a better look, and at this point realizes there's nothing really he can add to it. Just kind of continues his bardic performance, but in a flourish crosses his arms and enjoys the handiwork.
Are you singing for this bardic performance?
I am.
Just like this cocky, wand in each hand as you lean back, crossing your arms, just like tapping your foot, keeping the song beat, keeping the tune going. A song about how the heroes of Sandpoint are becoming the heroes of Varizia itself. that is going to bring us over to the remaining regular ogres. These two are going to move up within striking range of Agnar. The remaining one down here is going to move into range to try to attack Lunderbud. He's going to do one last attack, and he misses, and because he is disabled, he instantly passes out. I'm just going to remove him. Actually, I'll leave him on the map on the stone area in case you guys want to interrogate him or something, but he is fully unconscious and will be for at least an hour. Moving to these two, they're going to try to hit Agnar with their regular clubs, seeing the damage he's doing. Actually, with that crit that brought down their ogre friend, the ogre fighter, one of them's going to go for a draw. They both also have great clubs, like the ones you see in the picture. Odral, one is going to hit you on a nat 20, not confirmed. Odral is going to take 19 damage as this club cracks you across the helm, kind of leaving this ringing in your ears. You quickly shake it off, ready to slay more ogres. The other one goes in for Agnar. Agnar, you spin your glaive between your hands and parry it so that the club hits against the wall. Thank God for pop filters. I put a lot of puh on that P. And that is going to be the remaining ogres. Turgon, it is your turn. As you stand in the entrance to the cave with the pit, enshrouded in your magics.
I'm going to Scorching Ray on the one that just hit Odral.
Alright, this one over here. Go for the attack roll. Absolutely a hit. It's going to take 11 damage. And then, on a crit confirmed, these two rapid-fire bolts of fire lance out and just incinerate. You see your guys see a flash of heat, and then it covers the ogre's head. Where the ogre's head was is just nothing. Ash blowing in the breeze. As the head is incinerated off its body, it collapses. Anything else you want to do?
No, I'm going to stay right where I'm at.
Alrighty. I accidentally deleted the ogre that is in the turn order, but Ezra is still next. Go ahead, Ezra.
Okay, Ezra is going to chip away with a few arrows at this hurt ogre here.
Are you shooting the one that's close to death, or the one that's less close to death?
This one, the one that's in the middle of the room.
Okay, gotcha. Both of those are going to be hits for a total of 24 damage, as just truly rapid-fire crossbow shots with just both impacting on his chest, driving him almost to his knees. He's looking very bad as well now with that 24 damage. Alright, that is going to be the remaining Krieg Ogre fighters. Ignore that one, he's actually dead. But the one in front of Lunderbud is going to try to hit Lunderbud twice. One attack is going to hit our dominated Hill Giant, dealing 26 damage to Lunderbud. Since you guys are dominating him, I will let you know he is now at 79 health. The other one is going to move up, provoking an op attack from Lunderbud, who does miss, and he is going to try to get one Ogre Hook off on Ezra. Ezra does a 23 hit.
It does.
Okay, he's going to get this Ogre Hook off on you with a 27 damage, as he desperately tries to kill the invaders to the mountain. Odral, you find yourself, as you watch the first ogre that was in front of you just utterly collapse with no head, being scorched away. There is one remaining ogre in front of you.
Yep, I'm going to swing at him.
Alright, go ahead. What? Excuse me.
What?
Hold on, gotta add a stream marker to clip this later. That, my friends, is 3, count them, 3 back-to-back crits. That is
Oh,
too
goodness.
epic for me, but Odral, as you crit 3 times in a row, how do you end this ogre's life with your scimitar?
Swing across his chest twice, and then I stab through his heart.
He, a bit of like blackish red blood gurgles out of his mouth as he just slumps to the side, full dead from this vicious assault from the Serenite. Wow, that was insane. What was that? 18 and 2 20s on the crit rolls. Jesus.
What are the chances of that? That's crazy.
I'll math it out later. I mean, just the chances of 2 nat 20s back to back is 1 in 400. So, with getting an 18, that's a little bit easier because that's 3 possible rolls to get a crit. It'd probably be something close to like 1 in 800 chance or something. Absolutely insane. Lunderbud.
I was just gonna 5-foot step a little further.
Oh yeah, go ahead. You 5-foot step in, kind of moving defensively, shield held in front of you, scimitar held in the other hand. Lunderbud, holy shit, is also going to confirm a crit on this Krieg Ogre, and just turns his head into a U shape as he crushes it with the tree branches. This one goes down. Let's move him out of the way. There are now only 1 remaining Krieg Ogre fighter. Everyone else is down. The one on the wall over here is the one that I just moved to the side because he is unconscious. Agnar?
Alright, so we're still hasted, right?
You are still hasted. I believe you could not even need to charge and still get to him. Let's see your ruler.
Yep. So...
You should have about 70 feet of movement. Yeah, you could just make it to him in 1 move.
Yep.
Hasted
so I'm
by
gonna
the
do that
spell,
one
sprinting down the hallway.
move. So that'd be my normal move then, right?
That's just 1 regular move, yeah.
Yep. And then I'm gonna hit him with the glaive.
You stab into...
Man, I took all of your crits from last game.
I know, jerk.
You
You used him on the wolf.
sprinting up like the wind, moving, 70 feet over the course of a couple seconds. About half a turn, but you about 3 seconds to go 70 feet. And you just stab the blade into the side of his neck as he's trying to rush Ezra. And the final ogre goes down. And with Lunderbud fully dominated, that is going to bring us out of combat. What a play. Alright, I'm going to add the 2 ogres you fought outside as well, and we're going to get a grand XP total here in a second. As I shift us off our battle music. Alright. Wow.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a hell of a successful plan. I'm going to run a quick 60-second ad break while I try to do the insane maths that'll be involved in this. Also, if anyone's watching and wants to get some of the same stuff I used to DM, below the stream video itself, I had this new thing today that I got as like a partner with Amazon. It has a list of products that I use to stream, as well as some of the Pathfinder books that I regularly reference. So if you buy through those links, it helps support me doing streams. You don't have to, but if you're interested, I got stuff like the campaigns I'm doing, the acoustic foam, the mics, and the cameras that I use. That is all. Now to do some math. Alright. My goodness, you all. This is going to be insane. Okay, so first let's start with regular Krieg ogres. You had 2 outside and 3 more in here. Total of 5. Since you essentially have defeated Lunderbud, you'll get XP for that as well. Oh my god. Plus 10 regular ogres. Everybody is going to get 9,200 XP.
Perfect. I'll put what we have in the chat. What we're at.
Okay, go ahead. And we should be back from an ad break if anyone was watching that. Appreciate you. I'll do one more probably at the end of the stream. We're aiming for 3 ads during our stream. One at the beginning, one at the middle, one at the end. Am I going to be good at timing those? No, because I have no sense of time. Damn, we're nearing the 100,000 mark on that XP, though.
Yeah, I thought it was going to take a while to get there, for us to get to 11. But after fights like that, it's coming up a lot quicker than I thought.
Well, yeah, because they're all growing exponentially with those fights. I mean, the higher CR they get, the XP value is going to grow exponentially.
Cantham is very proud of the team. That little...
So, as you
that
guys
worked out, couldn't have worked better.
Amid the devastation that you have wrought, you still see green smoke coming out of this stairway over here. You know, there's a stairway leading down over in this direction, as well as a hallway curving up over here.
I'll look at O'Drawl and see if he can heal all of us. And he does.
Alright, there is a blast of golden light as you channel Saren Ray's sunlight through the hall. This sound effect, by the way, is the official Saren Ray channel noise.
That's cool.
Because it's for the, they released a sound pack for the iconic cleric, Kyra, and she is she worships Saren Ray. So that's her channel sound effect.
Perfect.
One more time?
What's it, what?
Would you play the sound one more time?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah. I try to use the
Ragnar, that
official
10
sounds
is
for
you.
for Valoros, or for Valoros as the fighter, and then I also have the rogue and the wizard. So some of the spells you've been casting as the arcanist, I've been using the official sounds as well. Shout out to Pathfinder stuff on Sirenscape. Very cool. Good stuff. Oh, you guys just heal check after heal check using these wands. Quickly
That's for you, Ezra.
repairing
Pops you off.
your sapped strength. No one appears to be gunning for you right now, so you kind of heal up in this hallway. And where would you like to go after that?
Is Lunder Bud fully healed too?
He...
With the 20?
How much was the is 20 from that? He is very close. He's at 99 out of 105.
Ezra, you're all the way full now.
Yeah.
And wait, real quick, sorry, how much was he at?
Ezra? 104.
No. 104 now.
Lunderbud? He was at 99 out of 105, so he is 6 down.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna use... Actually, is that guy still passed out?
Yeah, he is gonna be out. Let me roll a d4 because he dropped unconscious. I'd say pretty easily as they're healing each other with wands, you could just take 20 on the heal check. He's gonna be out for like at least 3 hours. He was the one that survived that insane fireball at exactly 0, then passed out. He is like burnt to a crisp, just like 3rd degree burns all over his body as he's just like like wheezing on the floor.
Oh, gotcha. I say we come back and loot all this stuff and in their quarters later.
Okay.
But for right now, you guys want to go up to where we saw the smoke?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be toward the southern stairs over here.
Oh, that was the southern stairs. Okay.
Yeah. Over here, you haven't seen much. You just know that there are more stairs going down.
Gotcha. Okay, then yeah, let's go that way.
we want to your buddy and see if he's got any. If he'll tell us what's down here.
Oh, good call. Yeah, we'll ask him like, hey, what's down that hallway there that we want to go down?
The wider set of stairs, not the green smoke one. Are you talking about
turned around.
The green smoke one or this one over here?
The green smoke one. Sorry.
Okay. Gotcha. Give me 1 second. You guys are in the hook.
And then, do we want to leave this guy alive? Because I mean, he's passed out. We could just end him right now, so we don't have to deal with him on the way back.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think Agnar would let this giant live, right?
Oh no, he's just gonna go up and slice his throat open.
Down there, that's where the circle of the sisters are.
The sisters.
Who are they?
Barl said it was a big word. He called them. It was a coven.
Oh.
They were
How many of them?
3 of them. 3 sisters. 3 hags.
Are they?
Anyone else?
What? What was that?
Anyone else there?
No one else
they-
goes near them.
Go ahead, Agnar.
Oh, I was gonna ask if they're big like he is.
No, they are small like you. Sorry, I messed up. They are big. In my head, they were medium, but they are not.
Okay.
I immediately looked down at the book and was like, they are all large-sized? Sorry, I was vamping too much and I messed that one up. They're all big, not quite big as me, but bigger than all of you.
Alright, so we got 3 sisters that we gotta go fight. I feel like
They're
we should take care of them first before
gross.
we
They
go
look
for the
like
big
a
guy.
fresh bruise, they do. If you guys want to make a knowledge nature or knowledge arcana check, you can try to figure out what these bruised looking hags might in reality be. 19, 20, Turgon, and actually all 3 of you would succeed. You realize what he is describing is an anise hag. Also known as black hags or iron hags. They are the largest and most physically intimidating of their foul brood. Known for iron-hard, wart-covered skin that varies from shades of deep blue to black, they have claws like rusty blades. They also often form covens so as better to cast their magics. They usually find the flesh of children, young animals, and the pure of heart to be the best meals. With that 41, Turgon, is an insane check. You would know some of their weaknesses and defenses. First of all, because of their thick skin, they have DR against that it can be pushed back by bludgeoning. Although if you guys have magical weapons, that'll be overcome anyway. You would know that their thick hide also extends past the physical into the metaphysical realms of magic. They have spell resistance. You compare it to other creatures in your mind, and you get a good idea in character of what it feels like, how much magic you need to put into it. Out of character, you would know with that check that they have spell resistance 17.
I'd tell everybody this.
Okay.
So you and Odral being the main casters here, how do you guys want to approach this?
Do any of you have magical or bludgeoning weapons? I'm not quite up to speed on what everybody uses because I don't use a weapon.
You're too good
Yeah.
for that.
My scimitar doesn't really deal much damage, but it is a +1.
That would overcome the DR5 bludgeoning.
Agnar has that. You know, Agnar has +2 glaive, and then I know my big ogre here has bludgeoning weapon with his tree trunks. But I'm more worried about if they're casters using you to kind of take care of them as much as possible. But see what you had in your repertoire to make them less effective, I guess.
Would I know what kind of spells a coven would cast?
So it's a little hard to say. Covens have kind of like a coven casting ability where if they work in conjunction with each other, those in the coven, they can cast spells as like a spell-like ability. So the hags might not necessarily be, witches or have caster class levels, but them working in conjunction, they could cast a wide variety of spells.
Sounds like we need to take one of them down fast, so there's not 3 of them.
Yeah, if we focus on one before they can cast anything.
You would know
And
that,
then
I would
don't
say with
know-
that 41 Arcana and your just general knowledge of the arcane side of magic rather than the divine, you would think the minimum they need is, like, they need at least 3 hags or 3 witches. So, like, if one was destroyed, their coven casting would be irreparably disrupted.
So we kind of need to get the drop on them. Take one out quickly.
I don't think we're
So
going to get the drop on them, to be honest with you.
Probably not.
Could go in there and
Big
grapple
guy.
one of them.
well, if they're giants, you're not gonna be. If they're large size, you won't be able to grapple them well.
They're not
but-
giants.
I can grapple ones
They
that
are
one
large
size
size, though.
above me. Yeah, I can
Oh,
grapple
gotcha.
large.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Should be good then. If you want
Um,
to try do a grapple check.
Yeah,
we
if
can
that's what
both
we
run
want to
in.
do.
All
So
right.
I can spend a few seconds, and I can prepare invisibility. I could cast it on you. You could go in, grapple, hopefully, and then we could all rush in.
Sounds good to me.
Do you want to go in by yourself, or do you want me to go in with you?
Well, if we have a sphere of invisibility, we might as well use it and both go in.
Technically, I guess we could just go
Okay.
in. You could go in invisible, get behind them. They could focus on us, and then you could grapple one.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because
Okay.
this is just gonna be run-of-the-mill invisibility. It's not gonna be a spear.
And this is on Ezra.
And Agnar's coming with, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's just gonna be regular invisibility, so only Ezra will be.
Oh, only as I thought it was an
Oh,
invisibility
gotcha.
sphere. Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'll sneak in and try to get behind them, and you guys get their attention, and I'll grapple one of them.
Do we still have haste?
No.
Okay.
You warp the arcane reality around you with magic words, and you are invisible, Ezra, if you would like to advance.
Would our giant friend be able to go down there with you as well? Because, I mean, he's from here.
Do you want him to?
I'm just asking as a question. Do we want to have him go down with? Because he wouldn't be as suspicious as us. I mean, if he
be
goes down there
suspicious.
too.
Don't be suspicious.
He said
Why don't we
no one
wait
goes
until
down
after
there,
I
so it's
kinda
going to be
sneak in there?
suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have him hang back with me for right now, and then if I need to, I'll send him in.
Fair
But
enough.
All right.
I definitely
I'm gonna-
think you, Turgon, should be ready to go in there for sure, because you against evil, and he's going to mess up casters pretty good.
All right, I am going to.
You need a stealth check from me.
Yeah, give me a stealth check, and I'm just showing everyone a picture of what they look like up close.
Dang.
It's pretty cool.
They're very.
Yeah, there.
All right, give me a stealth check. As you advance invisibly, you'll be at a plus 20, so 55. None of them seem to notice you. See, they're all kind of gathered around like a large, it's not pictured on the map, but like a large black cauldron over here. The fighting is stopped, Grithelga. Yes, Briselda, perhaps they will come to us. I've been needing a good meal. That's right, cackles the third one. What would you like to do? Do you want Lunderbud to like go in there and distract him, you said? Or no?
I'm gonna hold off. I don't want him to
Okay, he'll
get
stay
in the way
down
of the
the
other
hall.
guys. I feel like my healer, the healer and our wizard are gonna be more valuable than the ogre.
All right. So are you going to go in for a grapple check here on the back one?
I'm gonna wait till they come in and kind of get their attention. At least that was the plan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the plan.
So who
Well,
is
so I'm
advancing
just
into
holding
the
tight.
cave?
I tell
Okay.
the ogre to follow our wizard.
Okay. We'll follow
Okay.
up on
Well,
it.
I guess I'll just. I assume we're not hasting, so I'm just gonna march down the stairs.
Yep.
Hello, lovely ladies.
A Serenite. Hush, Larestein. His pure heart would do us good. Listen, you there, the tall one with the glaive. Why don't the rest of you just let us take the dwarf as a nice snack? And we won't have to tell anyone that you were here.
As tasty as I'm sure he would be to you, we're gonna pass on that deal.
Yeah, and Ezra will jump in right here and grapple the back one.
All right, give me a grapple check because she's going to be flat-footed against this. Oh, it's going to be 33. Double check her character sheet. I'm pretty sure that's going to do it. CMD. Yeah, you fully jump up, like, push off the rocks behind her, wrap your arms around her neck, and the other two are just like, sister! Cut it off! We're gonna roll for initiative as she's gonna start the fight in the grappled condition. I'm gonna give her the strong man thing as you wrap your arms around her. Alright, they're gonna get a 12. You guys, I assume, still want Lunderbud helping as well?
Yeah, I just told him to follow the caster, follow
Got it.
Asheron.
Alright, everyone in?
Yep.
Kind of like the creepy vibe of this music for this fire now, so we're gonna leave it. It's gonna start off with Cantham.
I am going to. Let me see. I'm just going to move in and start a bardic performance. Oh, I wasn't keeping track of my performances last round.
I believe that fight wasn't very. I think it felt long because a lot of enemies, but I don't think it was more than 7 rounds. Probably less than that, honestly. Let's say 6.
Okay.
Was that a courage?
Yep.
All right, go off with an Inspire Courage. Everyone internally cheers as they feel the warmth of the bardic song flow through them. Ezra, what would you like to do? You're grappling. Based on them names they're referring to each other, this is the one that is Briselda. Or Briselda.
Yeah. So Ezra is going to try to use his legs and the grapple, kind of like a triangle choke, and take out his scimitars and attack with his hands.
All right, you are staying. I'm going to say because you climbed up her, I'm going to give you a high ground bonus, an extra +1 to hit.
Okay.
Are you guys hasted right now? I don't think so. Oh, you just get 3 attacks now because you get the offhand.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
You get attack 1, attack 2, and offhand. Fuck yeah. With that high ground bonus, all 3 of those are going to hit. That is going to be 34, 40, 48 damage to Briselda in the back.
Damn.
As you puncture through this, like, thick, bruised purple hide. She lets out a startled, like, ah! No, sisters, get him off! Agnar. Alright, I see you run up.
Sorry, I had it on mute.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
going to use Cleave, and I'm going to hit both of them.
Okay, go for the first hit. We'll say we'll start on your left. So we'll call attack 2. The second one is you cleave to your right. You're going to hit both, dealing 37 on the first hag, and then 36 on the other one. as you just dig your glaive, slices open both of them. They just have this, like, not blood, but kind of like the thick black ichor that monsters have, kind of oozing out of these wounds.
So one of those will be a full round attack against one, and then the other one
Oh,
will
and then it'll be an
just
additional attack. Yeah,
burst
so
attack.
in that case, the first one would be the 31 and the 34, 37, 36. The first hag goes down.
Yes. And then the second
And
one, just the first
second
attack.
one, just the first one, 35 for a 30. I'm going to give her a little bit health back because I was thinking it was a bit higher based on that other attack, but she does take that 30 damage, heavily bleeding, and they're all just like, no, Grithelga's dead! It's going to be their turns. The one that you're kind of standing astride on the shoulders, she is going to kind of shake. I'm going to say give me a reflex check to stay on her. She's going to try to move over to her sister.
Okay.
Yeah, you can totally stay on top. Briselda's like, wait, sister. And Larestein, the one that you just cleaved over here, she's like, everyone easy. Let us out of the clan hold, and we can give you information on Barl Breakbones. What do you say?
Canthem's into this idea, but it's not his turn.
Well, next would have been Turgon. So Turgon, you hear them putting forth this deal. What do you think?
I'm gonna move 30 feet, but I'm not gonna cast any spells. I'm just gonna move in and see what happens.
Alright, you wade forward down the tunnel, hands raised, preparing to cast. Odral, you hear them have this plea for a trade of information in exchange for their lives. What do you do?
I guess I'd move up and I'd
Okay.
You do
player
you,
and the
man.
character have two different things that they want to do.
Do what the character, man. Do what the character wants.
I know. What kind of information about this? What'd you say his name was?
Barl Breakbones. He rules here. He sits upon the stone throne in the other room. I can tell you what he does, his spells, his magic.
That sounds like valuable information. I don't know. They're gonna depend on what my allies say, because I'm not gonna make them.
Alright, the only one who has left to act is going to be Lunderbud. And he's just going to obviously defer to you guys because he is dominated. We can have a brief out-of-combat discussion here. Do you guys want to drop out of initiative order? Or
Cantham
is
says yes.
anyone still feeling an attack right now, I should say?
I'm feeling an attack on the one that I've grappled here. We only really need one to have an interrogation. But if you guys think we should let her live, then I'm up for it.
I'm with you, man. Kill one, keep one.
Alright, you would be going before her
Kill 'em
anyway,
both.
so if you want a full round
Yeah,
attack
don't.
Ezra, you could get a full round off on Briselda.
Okay. Let's see if this finishes her off.
Absolutely. You just cross your swords like Anakin executing Dooku and just slice off her head.
And then I look over at the other one, wipe the blood off my face, and say, "What were you saying?"
Yeah, you like follow the body to the ground without even like falling or tripping over.
All right. It's just me. You kill me, no information. Easy, everybody.
At
Well,
this point,
information is good, but what?
I'm gonna drop us from combat.
I heard rumors about what you eat or what you sacrifice. like innocents and children and things.
Up here in the mountain, you think we have gotten many children? Perhaps a half-hearted explorer or two, but we have not killed children in many decades.
Are there any child's bones laying around?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I want in on that too.
Okay, go for it. We got a 25 from Agnar.
Cantham
24.
audibly rolls his eyes.
Audibly. Wet ass eyes. Audibly rolls.
He
them.
rolls his eyes so obnoxiously you can almost hear it.
Okay, so you don't notice any child's bones. You do, however, see the bones of what must have been like baby animals. So things like like baby snow foxes, baby mountain cats, things like that. Not technically real children, but they are infant animals. Don't come for me, PETA.
Ezra doesn't like that at all.
You guys are the one who wanted her for information.
Do we have a deal?
Her eyes kind of like dart around the rooms. She like licks her lips with a long black tongue.
We look over at Turgon and say he's the one that makes deals around here.
Listen, one
Cantham.
free piece of information to show you I'm not lying. Ball Breakbones. He might not like to get involved often, but he is more than just a regular stone giant. He's a necromancer.
Go on.
First, you must agree to terms.
Cantham looks at everyone and says, first off, we don't need information. We've got that guy, and points to the guy behind us who's an ogre, probably hangs out with breakbones more than anyone, more than these guys. And we don't need information. We could have potentially used them in the fight, but at this point, I say you just put her out of her misery. You guys killed her sister, so she's no use to us in a fight anymore. So let's just end it.
I look at Agnar and shrug my shoulders.
What? No!
You just like impale her. She's about 9 feet tall. Impale her on your glaive, and just like lower her body to the floor slowly as she bleeds out. And that is all 3 of the Annis hags dead.
I go over and put my hand on Odrol's shoulder and say, "It's gonna be okay, buddy."
I don't like witches anyway. I like this. I approve of this.
Yeah,
You are a witch.
This
You don't
probably is the best
So
way
he's
to,
like tomato.
for
it's
this to
fine.
turn out.
Yeah, probably.
So you guys would get XP for your 3 Annis hag kills. There's gonna be 1,800 XP each.
Damn, I really wanted to put them on our side and use them in the fight.
Now
Make
that you've
my
gotten
army,
the drop on
our
them and
army a
killed
little
them,
bigger.
I'm just gonna give you a brief description of the room of what it looked like. This foul-smelling cave is cluttered with an appalling amount of body parts, dead animals, spoiled food, filth. But what is most hideous is the bubbling and cooking huge cauldron over a sputtering fire. Wonderbud like
I'll use
wanders in as
detect
well, and he's
magic.
like, didn't like them anyway. You do not detect any magical auras in the room. It would appear they relied on their coven spellcasting abilities and not any magical items. They kind of relied on their natural born abilities that come from being an Annis hag. Or a
I'm
black
just
hag
curious
or
what's
iron
in
hag.
the cauldron.
What's in the cauldron?
What's in the cauldron? Inside, give me a knowledge nature check as you try to look through it.
I may have that.
Or a heal check. I'll allow that too. Odral, there are nice and soft and ready to eat baby hearts of various animals like small cats and cougars on the mountain. There's also various eyeballs of ogres that perhaps they did away with, and various other bits of flesh carved from either unwary travelers or ogres themselves in a hideous stew.
Ugh, disgusting. Spits off to the side and walks away.
Fair. All right. So let's zoom out on the map a little bit now. You guys have not gone down this way or up this way.
I turn to our ogre friend and ask him, you know, where do each of these paths lead?
There used to be... Some people used to pray down there. He points to the staircase. There was a 3-eyed head and a pregnant woman on a statue. You guys having already gone through a shrine of this, you recognize that it sounds like a shrine of Lamashtu, the mother of monsters.
Oh.
There's a creepy one that Barl Breakbone said to leave alone. I don't really like him. He's cold.
Which path is he down?
The cold one, down the stairs.
That's where Barl Breakbones is at?
No, Barl Breakbones is up in the throne room.
Alright. I look at everyone and be like, I think that's where we head next.
Where, the cold one or the breakbone?
Breakbone.
Yeah, someone that creeped out a hill giant like that.
Alright. In that case, you guys can move on up to that hallway, and we will proceed to the throne room.
Oh, whoops. I grabbed Agnar's as well.
That's all good. That's where I was heading anyways.
Any visual on the downstairs as we walk past?
Give me a perception check. See what you can see down the stairs. It is a deeply curving staircase, I will say that.
Got it.
You guys, first of all, feel a deeply intense cold. You see that the floor down there, from what you can see, seems to be encrusted with ice. As you guys round the corner, you begin to see vestiges of the throne room. And as you guys make your way in, I'm going to reveal the full throne room. You see a few beings there. I'm going to send them to you guys. First, you see what can
Make sure
assuredly
bring our
be
ogre buddy up with us.
a stone giant. To the left, or to your left and the right of the throne. All right. I don't have a handout ready for him that I can find, but you also see sitting in a throne this incredibly imposing stone giant sitting patiently. And as he looks down at the lot of you, You see a familiar figure step out from behind the throne. It is none other than Lucretia. Having made her way here after you all watched her disappear at Fort Rannick. In Giant, you see Barl Breakbone wave his hands down the hallway as he hears you approach. And I'm going to put your giant friend with you as well, the Hill Giant. In Giant, he says, "Deal with these mites. They've caused enough problems for us." Let us roll initiative in the Dread Kings of Old's chamber. I'm going to read this description as we roll into initiative. This gigantic chamber extends into darkness to the east, sloping upward between two wide ledges on which loom statues with angular faces, stern brows, and straw jawlines. Above, the ceiling opens to a slate gray sky. The ramp leads up in tiers, finally coming to an end before the immense stone throne. He is going to roll into initiative, but he is not necessarily going to act at the beginning.
How long has it been since we, from outside until up here?
I'd say about 7 minutes.
Okay. So I still have a couple minutes left on Shield of Faith.
All
And
right.
Good Hope, so you guys still have that on.
Mm-hmm. Everybody in?
Yep.
All right. Let's get one last round of rousing battle music. And let's get into the boss fight to end Book 3.
Oh, yeah.
First up, Lucretia. The woman you think to be a Lamia, sister of Zanisha, the Lamia that you killed in Magnamar. She holds up her hand. Having already cast it several times today, you recognize the residue magical pulse of the haste spell as she casts haste on all of them. And she is going to move 5 minutes over to the side of the cave. Cantham, your turn.
Oh, he's going to follow in her footsteps and also cast haste on everyone, including our giant friend.
They are all hasted. It's now a battle of super speeds between the two sides.
And he's going to start his bardic performance, but this in more of a rousing speech.
Get a speech about how here in the chambers of old kings, kings of the mountain, be they giants or human, they look down and know that you will succeed. Barl Breakbones waves his hand in disgust at your speech, not wanting to dirty his hands with this fight as of yet. Odral, it is your turn.
Okay. Sorry, one sec.
You're fine, take your time. It's a big fight.
Okay, I'm gonna...
Such an insanely huge room. To zoom so far out for the stream to see the full map.
Was that Odral?
Sorry, I'm trying to... I need to zoom out too because I need to check distances and she's pretty far away.
You're good. Yeah, so you could, it is a straight line, so you could take the run action if you so chose.
Yeah, but I also actually have a spell that could reach her.
Oh, okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna start out casting Searing Light on her.
All right. As a beam of holy energy lances forward, give me a caster level check to overcome spell resistance.
That is a. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't even know the spell level.
That is absolutely a success. Go ahead and roll damage.
I believe it's in there
Looks
already.
like it did already.
Oh, it already is? Oh, sorry.
22.
22. She is going to take that full 22 as just blast of holy white light lights up her body as she lets out a shriek.
Unless she's undead by any chance.
She is not undead.
Damn.
First blood has been struck in this battle. Alright, we got Lunderbud. He is going to double move while hasted. That's going to bring his speed up to 80.
So that's as far as he can move is 80?
Yes, because he can't run over you guys. So he can't get a straight line.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell him to...
He could get about to there if you want him to just like move up.
Yeah, I'll tell him just to move up and just move up to there.
Whoa! He waves his like tree combined great club over his head as he charges into the room. Brings us to Agnar.
Alright, so he's got... Let's see.
He has a straight line open, so he could do 4 times his speed right now, which would be 4 times 7 if he took a run action. You would have a -2 to AC, though.
I'm going to move in as far as like...
Let me just double check the AC penalty, because it might be more than that. I think it's just -2.
And that would put me right up on her.
Oh, yeah, easily. I mean, you could move up to
And then
280 feet.
So at that distance, I would not be able to swing, correct?
Actually, how far is it? I think it might be just outside your charge range.
So
Ooh, maybe actually. Hold on. Your charge range would be 140, so you wouldn't be able to get an attack off. You would have to do a run action, essentially like a triple move. You could
Okay,
double
I'm gonna
move to just get closer, and then you wouldn't be as in range, but that's up to you.
I'm going to run up, and I'm going to stay about 15 feet away.
Okay. Go
So,
ahead.
I have to move them in sections here.
Here, here's a marker that shows 15 feet away from her on the ruler.
Yeah. Oop. I think that's it.
All right.
Now I gotta get back in.
All right. Ezra, it is your turn.
Drew.
Sorry, I had my manual mute on. I
It's
see
okay.
I see this room is kind of curved. So what I'm wondering is if it would be possible for Ezra to stealth and keep out of the line of sight of the guys by the throne. Like, I'll do a line for you here real quick. See if that will
You
work.
could get out of the line of sight of the guys at the throne. Lucretia might be able to spot you if you move into this cover here, though.
Yeah, I feel like
But
she's
there
gonna
are
be busy.
statues in the way, so I'm gonna give her a perception check versus stealth, no invisibility,
Okay.
because there
Well,
are
she's
like
gonna try to-
huge 10-foot statues kind of in her line of sight. Yeah, she's got like 2 statues in the way.
Okay.
All right, yeah,
So
go for
roll
a
the
stealth check.
stealth.
Ooh, it's gonna be close. She does not appear to spot you. You don't see her eyes like dart towards you or anything like that.
All right, that's my move.
All right. Now it is the stone giant. He is hasted. That's going to bring his move speed up to 80. So he is going to take a move action to run up within 10 feet of Agnar, as he is under orders from Brawl Breakbones to dispose of you. He's going to bring down this, like, basically a giant stalactite that he is using as a club. What is Agnar's AC right now?
It is 21.
All right, that is going to be a hit. And you are going to take... This wasn't a power attack. 27 damage as this, like, giant rock stalactite just crashes down on you.
Okay.
Griselda, I left in the order. Whoops. Turgon, it's your turn.
Going to...
What was that? You're a little quiet for me. I can't really hear.
I'm gonna move.
Okay. Alright, you move up 30 feet, rounding the corner. Just kind of flying by your side as you run up around the corner. Ember trails, his wings kind of riding the thermal eddies in here. What's your move? 100. Give me some insane magical shit right here. Turgon?
I'm gonna use the fireball to get both of these up here, and I'm gonna use the selective to exclude Agnar.
Agnar, this blast of fire, you cover your face, but the flames wrap around you, not hitting. Let's be 37. So give me a spell resistance check against her. Absolutely overwhelm her magical defenses. I'm going to roll their 2 checks right now. DC 20, right?
Yep.
That was a D12 that I rolled. Let's try that again. Alright. He is going to pass, taking 17 damage, I believe. She is going to fail, though, and take the full 37. Curses! Break bones! Get off your throne and do something! Alright, it's gonna be her turn again. So she just got hit by this powerful spell from Turgon at the back, but she has Agnar threatening her in front. Alright. She is going to thrust a hand out towards Agnar as she kind of picks up, she like brings out this like eyelash encased in gum, and that is the material component for her new spell. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong material component. Would actually be something else. That was her invisibility spell that I was thinking of. But I need you to make a will save for Agnar.
Oh, buddy. These never go good.
Oh, nat 20! You feel your whole body start to stiffen up and freeze in a place. She tries to, like, put you under this paralysis of enchantment, and you fight through it, roaring in her face as you overcome her evil magic. Hell yeah. That's gonna bring us to Cantham. Whoops, didn't hit next. Sorry. There you go.
Perfect. Cantham is going to move up to here.
Okay.
And he's not quite in range yet, so he is actually going to ready an action
Uh-huh.
for when the
stone giant gets into range.
Gotcha. Alright, this is going to be Varl Breakbones, standing up off his throne as a move action. And what is he going to do? You see he lifts this big-ass Earthbreaker hammer. You know, the head of it is like the size of your bodies. Slings it over his shoulders. Just, I suppose, if I must. He holds out his hand, and like holds out from the tip of the hammer, he unleashes, as a standard action, his own tiny dot of red energy. As he unleashes his own fireball. This is intended to cast Lunderbud, Turgon, and Ezra. And Cantham. It is not going to reach Ezra. So we need a reflex save from Turgon and Cantham. And I will make one for Lunderbud. Lunderbud fails. Alright, that is a pass from Cantham, but it is a fail from Turgon. Wait, which one of those is the save, Turgon?
17 is my familiar. That's
okay.
And then
if he's with you, he's
is
technically an
Turgon.
attended object. So he wouldn't, if he's like on your shoulder.
Oh, gotcha.
So attended objects don't, it's not worth going into, but he'll be fine. It's like a rule so that familiars don't just fucking get wrecked every fight. So 19, then Turgon does pass, so you're both going to take half. Alright, so both of you are going to take 12 damage, and Lunderbud is going to take the full 24. That is Barl Breakbone's turn, brings us back to Odral.
He hit me. Wait, did he not hit?
He hit you.
I'm way back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, from here, he did it from right here. 20 on the front, guys.
Oh, gotcha.
20 back to you.
Perfect. Okay.
Kind of just split the difference for you guys.
Sorry,
What was
man.
that? 12 damage?
Yeah, just 12 damage.
I'm gonna split the gap and just do a run, which since my speed 20 doesn't get me very far.
Alright, I'm going to say, though, you are behind that, like, 10-foot tall statue, so I'm going to say if anyone has a range attack on you, it's going to be at least partial cover. The dwarf sprints by you guys, back pressed up against the statue, ready to advance down the hall. Lunderbud is out in the fucking open. He's got 160-foot move speed right now.
But I'm gonna tell him to basically go for Lucretia.
Lucretia?
Kill the woman. Yep.
He won't be able to charge her from here, but he could go around and get to her, if you desire.
Yeah, however he does it, I can only give simple commands, so I tell him kill the caster.
Alright, he sprints over to Lucretia.
Kill the woman.
Boom, boom, boom. Feet pounding on the floor like a juggernaut. He manages to loop around and avoid the stone giant, so no AoE, or AoO. That brings us back to Agnar. Is this on... Who are these ones on? I think you're muted, if you're answering.
Yep, sorry, I was. So those are on the stone giant, and we are still hasted, correct?
We are still hasted,
Yeah.
yes, for about, I think, 8 more rounds, something like that.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, so it's going to be a 44, 35, and a 32. All of those are going to hit. That's going to be a disgusting amount of damage. Let's see, 50, 62. 62 plus 34 is 96.
96.
Let me check what type of damage reduction the stone giant has.
He has an adamantine glaive too, though.
Yeah.
They always got the
it ignores-
adamantine glaive. You cut through
Ignores
any
all that.
resistances he has, and the stone giant falls to the ground as the light goes out of his eyes.
Real quick, could I retroactively do the 5-step move?
I'm gonna say no, because you already did a full round attack.
Okay, fair enough.
That's gonna be Ezra. You're still hidden. They still don't know you're here.
Okay. Moving along the wall, this space right here on the I don't have the right mouse selected. Moving to right here.
Gotcha. Right here.
Yeah, is 60 feet. So could I stay low, crouch close to the wall, and still not be detected by
I'm gonna
the guy on
say.
the throne?
Let me draw a line of sight on her through the statues and see. I think it would be close. I'm gonna give her a little bit of a higher bonus to notice it this time because you are a little bit out in the open. There's enough cover that you can technically stealth. Yeah, give me a stealth check. You might be able to avoid both of them, but it'll be a bit harder this time. There is less cover. Borl, the ranger I told you about, advancing on the flank!
Ah, jeez. All right.
Stone Giant is out of the order. You still have a standard action though, right? That was only 60 feet. You have 70 right now.
Yeah, I guess since I moved, could I do a 5-foot step? Is that possible?
If you move,
On
you
top
can't
of them?
also do a 5-foot step.
Got you. Okay.
5-foot steps are like
Then-
in lieu of actual movement.
Then I'm going to fire my bow at Lucretia for outing me to break bones.
Alright, give me an attack roll with the cross. Oh, this is your regular bow, right? Yeah, the composite.
Yeah, it's my longbow, yeah.
On a nat 1, you managed to shoot the arrow, but she, having had her eyes fully laid on you, she dodges out of the way, like sidesteps it. That brings us back to Turgon at the back of the cave.
I'm gonna move. Let's see.
This is literally an uphill battle, by the way. The ground's like curving up toward the end of the throne room.
I'm gonna dimensional slide 100 feet up.
Oh, phew. There's a brief flash of magic as you disappear and reappear in the other spot.
And then I'm gonna use a vampiric touch on Lucretia.
Do you have a way to make it not a range of touch attack?
Yes, I have reach meta magic.
Oh, yes. Okay. Give me a spell resistance check as you start bending the magic. You guys see this circle of red runes in his hand, and then a secondary circle of runes surrounds that as he dips into the meta magic, kind of like the laws of physics and of magic in this world, modifying the spell. With a nat 20 caster level check, you bypass all of her magical resistances. That is a successful touch attack for 15 damage. She is drained by that, and you gain that health back. If you're already at full, it is temporary hit points. Oh, that was an insane blast right there. Insanely cool move. So we have Drain. That's gonna bring us back to Lucretia. Ooh, she's in a bad way here. So first she's gonna 5-foot step back, which should take her out of reach of her enemies. Yeah, 15 from you. She vanishes. She's gonna cast an invisibility spell. Cantham.
He is going to go ahead and she's right here. So he is actually going to take a... She doesn't need to do a 5-foot step. She is within range. He is going to cast Glitter Dust right where she was at.
I don't think spell resistance even affects that. It doesn't.
It does not.
A cloud of golden particles covers everything in the area. Oh, there's no save either. This mist of dust expands And you see...
It looks like there is a saving throw. Oh, for the
Save, but
blinding.
just she
Just
won't
for the
be
blinding.
blind.
Like, she'll be covered in that. In the
Yeah,
glitter,
no
but
matter what, she is covered in the dust. She's not going to be blinded, but I'm going to bring her back onto the token layer as you see a golden, sparkly outline of Lucretia. Outstanding use of the spell there. Alright, that's going to be Barl. Oh god, sorry, I got something in my eye that is itching like crazy. What is our lovely little necromancer gonna do? Alright. You think to challenge me? Insanity! He is going to move up and to here, and essentially he's going to aim a cone to exclude Lucretia. Oh wait, he's gonna actually get closer than that. Get all up on Lunderbud. Attack of opportunity. Miss. I need Lunderbud and Agnar to make a will save as this cone of black energy expands from the giant necromancer. Agnar, you feel the seep of fear fill your bones. You are under the effect of the frightened condition. You're under the effect of the panicked condition. You are going to try on your turn to run as far away as possible for the next 7 rounds.
Oh, buddy. I'll see you guys next year.
Hold on 1 second real quick, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to double check something real quick. So he gets a...
Lunderbud miraculously makes it. Wow. Surprise. Does he get a bonus to fear?
He gets +2 to his save against...
Because you're
effects.
performing!
Yep.
Holy shit, you beat the DC by 1 because of that +2. Agnar, you almost turn to flee, and you hear this oration, this powerful speech about the kings of old coming from Cantham, and you grit your teeth, stand your ground, and level your glaive. Ooh, Barl was pissed about that. Odral. That was excellent call on that.
Well, I'm doing a little panting, and maybe one of these years I'll actually get to, some combat. Okay, another run will take me. Hello, puppy.
Hell yeah.
And that's me.
Alright, you sprint farther up the cave, getting closer and closer to the deadly Barl Breakbones, the ruler of this hold. This is gonna be Lunderbud. You say you still want him to go for Lucretia? Or do you want him to go for the Barl?
Oh, I told him to get the caster, so he's going to swing for her.
They are both casters, though. Were you specific?
Oh. Just, her.
Okay.
I did say the woman.
It is telepathic as well. I think he would be able to suss out what you mean. Alright, one of those fell off the table. Let's roll that again. Ooh, that might be 2 hits. Lucretia, that is just 1 hit on her. She is going to take 17 damage from Lunderbund as he 5-foot steps forward to get within his 10-foot reach and hits her for that damage. But she is still standing. That is going to bring us back to Agnar. She tried to flee from you, but she is covered in glitter dust.
I'm going to 5-step there, and then I have flexible flanker, so I should be able to go from here
Can you
and
put
use that as
flexible
my flanking.
flanker in the chat? I believe, yeah, that should work. That sounds
Yep.
dope.
Let's go.
That would be flanking if you can make it count as from there.
Where'd it go? There we go. Flank from any extra square away.
Oh, from any adjacent. That is very cool. Your mastery over pole arms allows you to threaten her from a little bit to the left. She panics, getting the flanked condition. Go ahead and give me those attack rolls. And that was just a 5-foot step, I believe, so full attack with haste.
Yep, so I clicked the flank buff, so don't add it manually.
Okay, not adding it. I mean, already concerning because I saw a crit up there. How does Agnar kill the second of the 2 Lamia that you guys have slaughtered?
So he's going to go in, bring his glaive from behind her knees, cut those off, and then as she's dropping, he's going to go right up, just cut her from like 3 inches in, from her waist all the way up her chin, taking her all the way through the skull, just taking the whole front of her off.
Lucrezia, the shocked look in her eyes, the light fades from them as she is near bisected by Agnar. Alright. That is going to be Ezra. All that is left is the uninjured Barl Breakbones. The Necromancer Stone Giant.
Alright, Ezra is going to take a run action to there. Just passo draw.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to do.
You sprint up. I assume swords drawn now?
Yes.
Hell yeah. You draw your pair of scimitars as you sprint toward Barl Breakbones. It brings us to Turgon. Keeping his distance as a good caster should.
I'm going
I can't hear him.
to attack.
Yeah, you're still really quiet from me. I don't know if you're like far from the mic today, but you're really quiet from me right now.
Something in my sound settings, I believe.
I'll try to turn you up for the stream from my end, but I think you're all the way maxed already.
Okay, so I want to dimensional slide.
Okay. So up to 100 feet.
And I want to go to here. And then I'm going to start summoning. I'm going to start summoning a dire lion.
Oh. Alright, you begin your summoning ritual, clapping your hands together as the magic begins to bend to your will. Do I have a dire lion token? Shockingly, I do not. Cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's do a regular one. I assume it is large size now? Or I guess they already were. Are dire lions huge sized? Turgon?
No, it's large.
It's large, okay. I'm just going to put it on the map for now. We can move it where you want in a second when it comes back to your turn. Lucrezia is dead. Brings us to the new top of the order, which is Cantha.
All right. Cantham is going to... Oh, man. It's pretty much good to go at this point. I don't think there's much else he'll be able to add to this fight, so he's just going to kind of run over here behind this statue and ready a wand of Entangle.
Okay. That's going to bring us back to Varl Breakbones. What is he doing? Enough of this! He reaches out a hand and stretches it towards Ezra. Ezra, you see a, black fog ripple out from his hand towards your face. As it surrounds your eyes, give me a fortitude save.
Oh, give me just a second. My roll 20 is like acting really slow right now,
That's
and
fine.
my character sheet's not opening. So if it doesn't do it in 30 seconds, I'm gonna just restart the page.
Okay.
Or I'm just refreshing.
You're fine.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, you might just have to roll for me off of my character sheet. I would.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw. Well,
Let's see.
yeah.
Ezra Lightfoot.
Yeah, you have time to reload before your turn, bro.
Yeah, I'm reload. I'm trying right now.
Uh,
For some reason,
fortitude
it's like
save.
super slow.
You resist. Your eyes start to dim, and then you just brush the fog away, resisting his spells as he lets out an angry bellow. Odral, your turn.
Haha! I'm finally close enough. I'm gonna charge.
Hell yeah. That is going to be an op attack going through his threatened area.
Yep.
Let's see. He's got his giant-ass Earthbreaker hammer. You have that +4 against giants. What do you have, 32 AC right now?
32, but because I charged, I have a -2 on this. So it's 30. So 30.
30. It's going to be very close. Sorry, I got his stats up on Roll20. Put up here earlier. That is going to be a hit. That is going to be 20 damage as he slams it into you.
Yep. Just take the first damage off of this swing. Oh. Too bad I didn't get the second one.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good. The first one is not enough. It bounces off some sort of magical defense that is around him.
Although now I'm set to be flanking with a couple people. For future.
All right. That is going to be the end of Odral's turn as he sets up that future flank. That is Lunderbud, who you are now flanking with. He's going to go in with 2 Great Club attacks, and 1 is going to manage to get through. As he hits Barl upside the head for 26 damage, Barl is like, I always knew you were weak-minded, Lunderbud. I should have killed you years ago. That brings us
That's
to
my good little sock puppet.
Agnar.
So I'm going to move to right here. Should still get the full round attack because this is only 30 feet. And yeah, I'm flanking.
No, you only get 1 attack. You don't get a full round. You only get a full round if you do 5 feet.
Yeah, it's just 1 attack.
Gotcha. Sorry. Well, I was thinking about the haste.
Yeah, the haste only counts if it's a full round attack, unfortunately, so it'll still just be 1.
Yeah. Okay, I got that clicked.
Okay, so the first attack is a 31. That is a hit for 28 damage. But he is still standing strong. Whoops, just messed up his health like crazy. Hold on, let me fix that. There you go. I accidentally set his health to negative 28 instead of just subtracting 28. Ezra. What shall you do?
I think he's muted again.
Okay. Yep. I was.
Hey, hell yeah, we got
Ezra's-
more viewers than ever right now. I thought they'd trail off by now.
So you're gonna have to look up the rules to this because for some reason every time I
Always
try
a
to
good
do it
start.
in roll 20, everything freezes.
Okay. Intriguing.
So I don't know exactly what's going to happen here, but I'm going to try to throw the Tanglefoot bag at his feet.
Let me just look up the stats of a Tanglefoot bag real quick. Should be under gear. That's why I always have Hero Lab open. Okay, a Tanglefoot bag, small sack filled with tar, resin, other sticky substances. You're gonna need to make a ranged touch attack, so BAB plus Dex on a roll on a D20.
All right, BAB plus Dex. So let's just add. Let me see what my BAB is. I forget.
I don't think you have full BAB progression, so it's probably around like 7 or 8, I would imagine.
Yeah, I have 7 right now, so just add 7 to this. Dex check.
It'll be 14. That is against his touch AC. That is exactly Barl Breakbone's touch AC. So this bag splashes open, covering him in this like gross mix of like tar and other sticky substances. He is going to make a reflex save. It's a DC 15. On a nat 1, he is now stuck to the floor and gains the entangled condition.
Nice.
Shout out to Ethan on that one.
Damn, I wasn't even thinking about Tanglefoot bag.
I've been holding on to those since Magnum Arm.
I was about to say, that's been how long ago did you get those? Holy hell. Alright. That's your full turn, so let's bring us back to Turgon. Where do you want your lion to appear?
Right here.
Over here?
Yep, right there.
Alright. You know what?
And then
Fuck it. Let me
I'm
just... Here. I'm just gonna let you control him. So you can move where you want. There you go. You should be able to move him around now.
I'm gonna move to here. And I am going to touch the lion and cast Animal Growth, doubling his size.
What? Doubling his size? So, okay, that means he goes up one size category, so he's now huge.
Yep, he's huge.
Bigger than Barl Breakbones. The lion...
And then he's gonna move in to attack.
Swivels around.
With a pounce.
Wait, can he make... Oh, wait, he appeared. He didn't move. Never mind.
He appeared right there. Oh, he could still make a pounce. Yeah, he hasn't moved at all. Okay, so give him a full round attack as this dire lion. For those who see the dire lion, not only is it huge, it's got like bony spikes protruding out of its mane. It's more muscled than a regular lion would be. And it is going to go in with that bite. That is a 27. That is going to hit for 19. And his bite has grab on it?
Yep, has a grapple.
Okay. I believe 38. And he is entangled right now. The lion fully grapples Barl Breakbones.
So that'll give him 2 claws and a rake, which is 2 underclaws. So 4 claws.
Yes. So if both claws hit, that's a rake. Okay, good. Good. So add the rake damage on top of that. Holy shit. So 20. I think rake you only add the damage once.
Oh, is it just one? Let me see.
I believe so, because I think my Griffin has that in the game where I have a Paladin. I'll have to look it up really quick. Give me one sec. Rake, in addition to options available while grappled, a monster with rake ability gains 2 free claw attacks that can only use against the grappled foe. So yes, it is 2 claw attacks. I was mistaken. Oh, I was thinking of Rend, which is different than rake.
I'm assuming the second claw, or the second rake, probably misses at a 20.
The second rake does miss, even with his penalty AC right now. But that is still going to be claw hit, rake hit. So that's 20, 39, 57. As Barl Breakbones is held in this thing's mouth, he is just shredded. Blackish blue blood dripping all over him as his health is dropped dangerously low. And you did animal growth. So that's your full turn. Cantham.
Cantham is just going to 5-foot step. And out of curiosity than anything, he is going to try something. And cast Dominate Personing to see if he can get Barl under his control for his last level 4 spell.
Intriguing.
With his penalties, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know if.
Okay, so it's DC 25, correct?
Correct.
That's the good thing. When you build a character for a specific spell, it can take a while. Once it comes online, the DCs are wild.
Oh yeah, I've spent nothing, and that's because it went up 1 because I got that headband of charisma.
Yep.
The other day.
He is going to make it though. He's pretty willful as a big boss. He's like, get out of my head, all of you, leave! He is going to pull out a wand, and in a desperate attempt, he is going to fire a beam at Turgon. Wands don't provoke attacks opportunity. Let me just double check the save. There's a black ray of negative energy that strikes Turgon. Make sure you get the range attack. It does. I need you to make a Fortitude. Or is there just... Holy crap, is there just not a save? Give me 1 second. Investigating time.
Turgon. Just so you know, one of these days, actually I'll chat with you later.
There is no saving throw on this Turgon. As the beam of pure necromantic energy slams into you, you take 4 negative levels.
Ouch.
As the life begins to get sucked out of you.
That's unfair.
That's enervation, baby. It's a hell of a necromancy spell. Odral, grappled in a lion's mouth, feet stuck fast to the floor by tar and other various like plant matter in this tanglefoot bag. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna. I forget. Were we hasted or were we not in this battle?
You're hasted. You're hasted.
Yes.
That was Cantham's opening play on this fight after Lucretia did it as well.
I didn't have the +2 on any of those for the flanking bonus, so it's 26, 31, and or 12.
All of those are going to hit. The crit's not going to confirm on an @1, but that is going to be 8, 20, 32 damage. As the lion shreds him with claw upon claw, he fires this desperate last beam of black energy. Turgon, you almost faint, falling to your knees. The energy is sapped from you. Seeing this, Odral brings down his scimitar, cutting off Barl Breakbone's thick hand at the wrist. The wand clatters to the floor. You bring up the blade again, slash it across the other arm that he was holding up to defend himself. That arm falls away. Plunge the sword into the heart of this giant chief. And he is full dead as we drop out of combat.
I have a quick question. Were those temporary or permanent negative levels?
Those are temporary permanent negative levels. They're not permanent. Temporary.
Okay.
They also only are gonna last. It'll last for 7 hours, and then all of them will vanish. So the danger of enervation is not that negative levels are bad, but they vanish quicker than normal negative levels. But if he had got you with enough of those, it could have stacked and killed you. He was just
Definitely.
too.
I think if he would have hit me with another one, I would have been in trouble.
Yeah, he's just too. He was too proud in this fight, and it fucked him. And also, you guys made a whole bunch of Saber Suck saves. So yeah, that's the end of the fight. Let's drop us out of our combat music as we begin to.
Nice job, everyone.
Wrap
Cakewalk.
up
Hell yeah.
this dungeon. I'm gonna put us back on some more chill music.
biggest danger continues to be Agnar, our own teammate.
All right. Hold on, let me turn this up a little bit. It's real quiet. As these creatures lay dead at your feet, begin to search through their treasures. The first thing you notice is on Barl Breakbone's belt, there is a thick roll of what looks like mammoth hide that has been rolled up and placed gently tied on like a satin string. Before you even look at his magic items, does anyone want to unroll it? It seems to have writing on the inside.
Yeah, I'd take a look at it. I'm curious.
It is a note
Although,
to Barl Breakbones. Barl, latest contact with Terractinus indicates he has narrowed the search. He believes a human town called Sandpoint could hide what my lord seeks. Terractinus will lead several of the people, as well as the dragon, on a raid into the town soon. When they return, they may be pursued, and I may need your ogre slaves to aid in Terractinus' retreat to Jorgenfist. Be ready at my command. Signed, M.
dragon?
As you guys finish the note,
That's not good.
you realize that the very town where you first earned your fame could soon be under a deadly assault. Do you guys want to discuss that in character first, or do you want the loot first?
Let's get the loot out of the way.
Alright, let me give you your XP as well. This is going to be a hefty chunk. And then you guys didn't defeat Lucrezia earlier, but you defeated her here. So you're going to get our XP bonus now. Everybody's going to get 6,800 XP.
Dang. Oh man, that we just hit 11 with that.
Hell yeah, level up, baby. Alright, let's start with Lucrezia. On her, she has another Psyhedron amulet. Additionally, she has a wand, which you recognize as having used the spell a lot yourself, Turgon. She has a wand of Scorching Ray with 22 charges.
Do we have a caster level?
That caster level is going to be... Sorry, one sec. I gotta flick back to that page because he was in the other chapter. It is level 7, so I can fire 2 rays per use.
Perfect. I got it.
Alright. Now, the stone giant himself doesn't have anything. Barl Breakbones, on the other hand, he's got some magic items. The first is the wand he used. Give me a spellcraft check just to sort it out, to be sure you know. Turgon, this is a wand of enervation with 11 charges left. Additionally, as you examine the magical auras around him, you realize that not only is he wearing a Psyhedron medallion, which you guys have seen so many times now, but that the Psyhedron medallion was actually his arcane bond, his spellcasting focus as a necromancer. meaning he must have placed a great bit of importance on this particular item. Finally, the crown upon his head. Give me a spellcraft check on that. That is a headband of vast intelligence +2, and it boosts knowledge arcana.
Awesome.
He also has, let me see, a group of black onyx gems that he had as kind of material components. You give me an appraise check to see how much those are worth. It is about 650 gold pieces worth. Finally, there is his spell book, which might interest Turgon if you want to take his spells. The spell book does have some random bits and bobs. I will send you all the spells he had prepared today, but it has every single necromancy spell between level 1 and level 4 written in its pages.
Nice. Turgon's story just keeps getting darker and darker and darker, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was fine. He made a deal with a witch.
No.
He found a dark tome of necromancy. It's fine. We're good.
Oh, he made a deal with a devil. Or a demon to become a witch.
Devil. But yes, it was with the devil.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a deal with a demon.
Let's see. You got the spellbook at the one. That is all you find in the throne room, or on him. Give me a perception check around the throne room. You see hidden behind his throne, not very well, a heaped pile of treasure. As you've seen a lot of this before, I'm just going to actually just save time and tell you guys exactly what is in here, as we are kind of running out of time on the night. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure I can just copy and paste this. A lot of this appears to have once belonged to defeated Black Arrows. The bulk of this stash of treasure is worth 9,200 gold pieces and consists of various weapons, art, objects, gems, trade goods, and other treasures weighing just over 300 pounds. Don't worry, I'm going to put this all in the chat. Mixed in with the treasure, though, are a few magic items, most of them taken from the defeated arrows. This includes 32 +1 arrows, 12 +1 giant bane arrows, a suit of +2 light fortification studded leather armor, a +1 longsword, a +1 composite bow, a belt of incredible dexterity +2, a cloak of elven kind, and a pair of boots of the Winterlands.
Holy cow.
Good stuff.
He's not a chief, just, you know, he's hauling all the goods. For those of you who don't know what fortification does, essentially what that will do is light fortification gives you a 25% chance. It essentially projects a magical force field over your vital areas, and when someone crit attacks or sneak attacks you, there's a 25% chance that it does nothing, or that the sneak attack or crit damage is negated.
Wow.
That can be upgraded to, like, there's also, like, medium fortification, heavy fortification. I believe it goes up to 75%, but that's pretty expensive.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up.
So, there is still one room in the clan hall that you have not gone in. But before you do, you found this disturbing note. What do you make of it?
Bad news for our closest thing to a hometown we have in Sandpoint. At least we know that there's probably going to be other giants, more ogres, and at least a dragon going there. But what they're going for, I don't quite know yet.
At least our house is far enough away from the center point of Sandpoint.
So loving,
Art
so
says our
kind.
noble ranger. Right.
Ezra's dark now. His heart's been cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy shit. the love in Ezra has been truly extinguished with the loss of his wolf.
But yeah, looks like we're gonna have to head after we get to Magnamar. We may have to head back to Sandpoint.
Do we have time to go to Magnamar?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not sure. It's hard to tell. The note didn't give a specific timeline. It just said a raid on the town soon.
How far was it from Magnamar to Sandpoint?
I'd have to pull out a map, but I believe it is at least like 500 miles, maybe?
Oh,
Hold on. Actually, I think because we have the enhanced version of this. Is there a map of Frisia? I guess not. Wow, I thought there would be.
Turgon, can you? How often can you teleport us?
Today, I have one more 5th level that I could turn into a teleport.
And you can teleport the whole team?
Yes, as long as we're all touching.
Well, I'm just taking out a pen to use as a ruler really quick.
We could teleport to Magnamar, rest there at our little glow, and then we could, the next morning when we've leveled up and we've done all of our stuff we want to do, we could teleport straight to there, or straight to Sandpoint from there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Alright, it is about 380 miles. No, less, sorry. It's 380 miles from where you are right now, Hook Mountain to Magnamar. It is about 320 to Sandpoint.
Were we still gonna go to the shimmering whatever thing? Or are we gonna skip
At this
that?
point, that's so far not on the priority list compared to what we got going on, a big raid on Sandpoint. I feel like that would be even more, that would be a waste of time compared to going back to Magnamar. I can sell everything we have for us, reload on whatever stocks and wares we may need. You can practice your necromancy.
I like it.
Now he's enticed.
Dirty bird.
Alright.
But real quick, how far was Magnamar from Turtleback Ferry?
From Hook Mountain where you guys are right now, it's about 380 miles to Magnamar.
Alright, well here's the deal. We can teleport to Magnamar. However, if we do that, we lose our horses, and Shadow Mist is going to be in Turtleback Ferry. We'll have to send someone to go pick those guys up for us if we want.
Yeah, where are our horses at?
They're
in
by
Turtleback
the tavern.
Turtleback.
Damn.
Because you guys had to cut through the
Teleport to
forest and
Turtleback
climb
and
the
then-
mountain.
We could teleport to Turtleback and then ride to Magnamar. 300 miles, is that like a day? Like a full day's travel, 12 hours?
How
I thought
far?
it was 4 days.
I think it was it
4 or
took
5
it took
days.
you guys a couple days to travel here. Hold on, actually, give me 1 sec. I'll check the book, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like 3 days to get.
yeah, it gave the exact
Oh.
time it took you guys to ride because you guys went straight from Magnamar to Turtleback Ferry.
And it was enough for me to work on creating a wand in the evenings and stuff. So I remember it wasn't just like a short trip.
It is a week-long trip exactly.
That's all right. That's what it was. So yeah, that's a week.
By foot,
So-
amounts to a 2-week journey. While on horseback at a speed of 60 feet, it's only a week-long trip.
Would I know if we were on top of our horses and we were all holding hands? Could I teleport us and the horses? Would that be possible?
Let me double-check the teleport spell. I don't know that you're powerful enough to get all that done, because I believe a large creature counts as 2 medium creatures. Okay, you
Don't
and...
forget about my giant sock puppet.
So target you untouched objects or other touched willing creatures. You can go 100 miles per caster level. You can bring one additional willing medium or smaller creature, or its equivalent per 3 caster levels. So you're level 10 right now. That's only 3 people that you can teleport.
Well, that's not.
But 1 is small, so actually 4. You could get all 4, including you. Then that doesn't include you. So you could get everybody, but you couldn't get the horses if you teleported just you guys.
All right.
I would say though that since you guys kind of feel at home in Sandpoint, I would qualify this as a very familiar level of familiarity on the teleport, which means you are, unless you get a 98 or above, you're going to be pretty much perfectly on target for the teleport.
Here's where my brains are at, where I'm thinking with this. So let's imagine we didn't have this teleport spell. It'd take us at least, 9 days to get back to Sandpoint from here if we were just riding. So in my head, if we can beat the 9 days, that's a win regardless. So here's my thought. First off, we go back, tell them at Turtleback Ferry to have our horses sent back to Magnamar for us, or even to Sandpoint, wherever we want to have them sent. Okay. They owe us that at least. Teleport to Magnamar. We can rest, level up to level 11. I can sell our stuff for us. If you guys, there's things you're looking to buy, I can go buy them for you really quick. And then we either ride as fast as we can go, rent new horses that take up to Sandpoint, or make the governor give them to us because we're about to save his town again.
Well, that's true. Sandpoint is a protectorate of Magnamar.
Correct. So it's one of those like Magnamar, they owe us this at least, or we have them, one of their sorcerers transport us back there anyways. We can make them do a transportation spell so we can get there roughly in 3 days, or even 2 days if we're lucky. If we can get everything done in time, versus 9 to ride.
Yeah, that's not bad logic.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, because with what we've seen in that note, I mean, if we're unprepared for what we're going up against, getting there earlier, does that really help if we get slaughtered too?
Exactly.
So the player now is
the dragon. So if we want to get dragon,
Magnamar, and then get your supplies, and then ride to Sandpoint.
I'm gonna try and convince I may talk to one of the magistrates.
Okay.
Have them find us a sorcerer to have them teleport us to Sandpoint.
Okay. Might cost.
And worst case scenario, we ride.
Yeah.
And have a massive. Obviously, I'm going to try and get some extra coin out of this because we're about to take on a dragon, and we're not going to do this for free.
We could also try to get them to give us some reinforcements, seeing as how Sandpoint is under their protection of Magnamar too.
That's true.
Yeah, I was thinking something similar. We might be able to get a lot out of this if, we tell the governor, worst case scenario, we don't save Sandpoint, and Sandpoint's gone, and we don't have to lift a finger, or you can help us out, and we'll clear up the big issue for you,
All right, so that gives us at least 24 hours in Magnamar, and then we'll ride out.
Okay.
All right.
Good plan, Cantham.
I'm going to have my big ogre sock puppet, who I'm calling him Sock Puppet now. I'm going to have him collect all the loot and take it back to the town for us.
Oh yeah, he can
At
carry it, no problem. He's got mad carrying capacity.
Was there any loot on the other 20 guys we murdered out in the hallway?
No. On the 3 ogre fighters, they had that same as the other ogre fighters you fought at Fort Rannoch. They had +1 ogre hook, +1 hide armor.
All right.
We've got that other room too.
Yeah, let's go check it out real quick. Do we have time to do that right now?
How are people feeling on time? I'm fine to do it, but if people want to call it there, we can. because it might take us a bit to resolve.
Yeah, I moved quite a bit further away from my work, so I need to be up like an hour earlier than normal. So
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we can
Yeah,
settle
that
that.
works.
It won't take. It's not like it's gonna take a long time. It'll just take too long right now. We'll be able to settle it pretty quickly next time, and then because we are temporarily ignoring the Shimmer Glens, that was the final boss of Book 3, which puts us at the beginning of Book 4, Fortress of the Stone Giants.
Awesome.
All right,
Hell
good game,
yeah.
More
everybody.
giants.
Oh yeah, if people are sticking around, I'm gonna run a quick little ad, and then if anyone has any questions after for their character builds, I'm still gonna be here, guys, for a second. I know we're just kind of wrapping up.
Thanks, Ben.
No worries. Oh, man.
Ben, in order to save time for our next session, I'll probably, if you wouldn't mind, if we like rolled for all like selling the gear and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think.
Just do that beforehand.
Yeah, if we just wanna roll it, if we want to roll for gear. Well, Magnum
Yeah,
pretty much has everything, so you're not gonna need to roll.
No, I'm not talking about roll for gear. I'm talking about sell it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to just add it up, and we can assume that like the shopping scene happens.
We can assume that.
So that'll be like if you guys just decide what you want to buy. If you guys add it all up, divide the money, everyone buy what they want to buy, and we can just assume that happens, so that doesn't take up like time in the session.
That's kind of what I'm going for. And then what I was talking about is the roll for the my connections to try and get a little extra out of it.
Yes, we can roll once you add
little
up,
extra cheddar cheese.
Yeah, once you add up that money, we can go ahead and if you just want to like roll in chat, just like send me a screenshot or something whenever you have time.
Perfect.
That'll work.
I'll get all that. I'll get that set up and sent over to you guys so you guys can figure out what you want. And we'll get that all squared away and what this is worth and everything like that. Just make sure you guys look at the list. I think I have everyone on there for what they want. So I assumed Turgon would want that headband of intelligence in the spell
Negative.
book.
Sell it.
No?
Sell the headband.
Oh, do you already have a better one,
Alright.
don't you?
Yeah, I already have a +4.
Yeah,
so
there you go. That's
Perfect.
I mean, that's an
Sell
extra
the +2.
2,000. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Anyone else have anything?
No.
Cool
Good.
beans.
Yeah,
Thanks to
we're good.
everyone who's still watching at 11:45. But if you're interested in any of the stuff we're playing, this campaign is one of the items. It's one of the books down below on that Amazon list. If you want to purchase it for yourself, it's Rise of the Runelords, the game that we're playing. All right. Great game, guys. We'll start
Yeah,
book 4
thanks
next
again.
time.
Yeah, that was fun.
That means since we have fully completed book 3, that means we are a little over halfway done with this entire campaign.
cool.
Nice.
Alrighty. See y'all later.
All right.
Good night.
Bye, guys.